Okay, I was gonna just clear my throat, but now I kind of feel like I have to cough. Okay. So today I am going to be finally starting my new Genshin account. And by new, I mean my Genshin account that's not gonna be pay to win. And I'm choosing to do this today, not because, you know, of any special occasion, but because there's like free stuff and I need to get it. So let's just do this right now. Is my mic working properly? I feel like my mic is getting kind of quiet. I don't know what's going on. Alright. My 100%... Oh.
所以说，你们是从世界之外漂流来的。
Holy shit, this is nostalgic.
但在你们想要离开这里，前往下一个世界的时候，
I forgot how good the first part looked. This is actually insanely good. Wait, I thought I would be playing this in English. Wait a second. Can I switch this to English? Oh no, I think I have to start over again. Wait, what if I just quit right now? Yeah. Let me just do that. Go back. And I get the English experience. How do I change this? Is there anything I shouldn't be showing? Because, oh shit, now it's disconnecting. My OBS is reconnecting. My OBS is fucking up immediately. Okay, is it good now? Is it working? I can't fucking tell, whatever. Let's just go. There's been like a slew of Honkai Star Rail leaks. I'm super excited for Honkai Star Rail now. Like, there's so much stuff going on. Not really going on right now, but I feel really good about the future of Honkai Star Rail, even though technically it is kind of like falling off right now. But I really disagree with the idea that it's like in any way worse than Genshin Impact, especially when you compare it to the launch of Genshin Impact. There's a... What is this? Oh, at least it didn't take me to another page. Whatever, let's go. Apparently, I cannot change my language settings until I load into the game, so I'm just gonna have to bear with... Wait, what if I just log out, right? What if I just logged out and go to my other account, and then I will change it to English, and then I will come back. Aha. Okay, wallpaper, let's just do that, just in case you guys try to fuck me over. I mean... It's not like my email is kind of a secret, but might as well just in case. Okay. Log into my original account. This should only take... Oh my god, my PS5 is so much faster compared to my PC. It's kind of annoying. I spent a good deal amount of money on this, like $3,000 Canadian, which isn't like the most money, but it's still... Where did I change language? Oh, there it is. Okay, so voiceover language, let's go to English. Some language settings will only be applied after the game is restarted. Okay, now let me just quit. And then I might as well just log out first. Yeah. And then do this. Every time I'm doing one of these like logging in, logging out thingy mabobs, I feel anxious that I'm gonna reveal something that I probably shouldn't be revealing. Wait, why is it not doing anything? Didn't I just press launch? Hello? Oh, Jesus Christ. What just... Did I press X? Okay, now please launch. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Okay, now I can show it. Okay, maybe not show this part, because I think from what I've heard, people wouldn't actually, like, tell what my password is from looking at it and then listening to me. So maybe I should shut down my mic. Okay, that's done. Oh my god, I failed. Jesus Christ. Wait, do I actually have to do this, like, on the first try without going all the way to the end? Jesus Christ, that's kind of draconian. Ho, 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 ho.
So, what you're trying to say is that you fell here from another world?
Didn't it land like 5 bajillion years ago? Why does Mondstadt look exactly the same?
World,
Plot hole.
your path was blocked by some unknown god?
Hello, Kiana.
Outlanders.
By the way, one of the only
Your
characters in this
journey
game
ends here.
who does not wear high heels, by the way.
Who are you? The sustainer of heavenly
Automatically
principles.
makes her
The
at least a
irrigation
5-star.
of
Maybe a
mankind
6-star.
ends now.
Eventually, they're gonna release 6 stars. I wonder why they don't do altars in this game compared to Honkai Star Rail. Honkai Star Rail is already, we're already going to get, I bet you within the next 1 or 2 years, we're going to get an altar form for March 7th. And it's not even going to be like a very, very far down the line. I bet it's going to be within the next year or two. Okay, I chose Lumine. Yo, what's up, kittens? Is that it? Okay, I chose Lumine last time, so this time I'm going to go with the less canonical F2P bench. Nice. I forgot how good this looked. This entire thing, the whole, like, pillars behind you, the clouds rushing by. I never noticed this the first time because I thought this would just be a shit game, but now that I'm, like, actually looking at it, the textures and everything it just looks so neat. It's so clean. You're starting again? Yeah. This is my free-to-play account. And there's like this special effect I never noticed that in the past. Whoa, those wings. Look at that distortion effect. Did you guys notice that? There's like a distortion effect on his wings.
Wait! Don't go! Give my sister back! And just like that, the god took
Remember
away
when
my
the Fade
sister.
to Black actually gave you like
Some
voice
kind of spell
acting?
was cast upon me.
Now it just
I
fades to
lost my
black
power.
with like these words and they don't
So
really
while we
say
used
anything
to travel
anymore.
From world to world,
You have to try to read
We're now
everything before it
trapped here.
disappears in like 2 seconds.
how many years ago was it? I don't know,
Okay, I hate his
but I
voice.
intend to find out.
You sounds
When
so
I woke,
whiny.
I was
I'm
all
sorry.
alone, until I met you 2 months ago.
Yeah, Paimon really owes you for that. Otherwise, Paimon likely would have drowned. So Paimon will do her best to be a great guide.
You can tell she hasn't really gotten into her role yet. It feels very, I don't know what to
We should
say
head
about
out.
it.
Let's get going.
She didn't sound as Paimon as she does later on. Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Are there like settings I can... I didn't know he sounded like that. Oh my god, OBS. Why is OBS fucking up so much? Wait, OBS just fucked up again. Why is it doing that? I might have to reconnect. Okay, let me just reconnect for a second. How does this work? Never mind, let's just keep going because I have to collect my rewards. Yeah. I have to collect my rewards. Oh, I can do this. Neat. Remember when we picked up everything? Like, actually, I still do that. Why am I saying, like, I used to? I still do that. Even if it's just hilly show shit, I still pick it up. Ooh, lizard. Lizard tail. I don't know what that does.
The path ends here. Guess we'll just have to climb.
It's like that graph where there's like a
Climbing
line.
depletes stamina,
Shut
and
up, Paimon.
depleted stamina takes time to recover.
Maybe it's, I don't know if it's because I'm hearing this the second time, but Paimon sounds extra annoying. Maybe it's the English language.
A statue of the seven.
Yay!
Which of the seven are you looking for exactly?
Again. And then I reconnected again. Okay. I'm gonna... Okay, this shit better work now. Jesus Christ. What do I have to do to play some Genshin? Okay, is it working now? It seems... Oh, no, wait. It's loading. Alright. I thought, when I first started this game, by the way, I thought that Paimon would be following us on the map all the time.
Oh, wow.
Wait, she can just teleport? Gotta collect my mint.
That's a statue of the seven. There are a few of these statues scattered across the land to show the seven's protection over the world.
One of the things I first thought when I started playing this game, by the way,
seven gods, this god controls the wind.
would be that this game would be my version of Zelda Breath of Wild. Because I didn't actually play Breath of the Wild until way later after it came out. And then by that time, everybody had already finished discussing Breath of the Wild. And I did play it. Yo, Lukewarm Banana, long time no see, I think. I actually don't know when was the last time you...
As we all know, poetry and language flow like the wind.
Yeah. Collecting wood. Does this give me like 10 primos?
There'll definitely be someone there who knows it.
Oh my god. So when you start the game now, do you just have to click through all this to get one primo gem? Oh my god,
Whether the
that's
gods
actually what happens.
Answer you is a different story. You never know unless you try.
That should get you at least 10
So let's
primos.
hop to it. You can swim right over.
I forgot, you have to farm stamina, don't you? You have to farm all these, like... You have to get the animoculuses to level this shit up, and then you get more stamina. It really did feel a lot more like Zelda back in the day, when it was less like combat focused. Although that sounds really strange because the game is definitely not combat focused now. But it definitely felt like more of an adventure world exploration game back in the day. Yeah. Holy shit. Oh my god, this game is gigantic. There's Fontaine. Wow. Holy moly. This game is kind of daunting when you first start out. Now,
Ooh, did you just feel the elements of the world? Seems all you had to do was just touch the statue and you got the power of Animo. As much as they may want it, people in this world can never get a hold of powers as easily as you.
how does she know this?
It's a bit rude to say that about the power the gods just gave you. If we keep heading west from here, we'll eventually reach Mondstadt, the city of freedom.
Look at that texture. I don't know.
Mondstadt is the city of wind because
That's
they
a bit
worship the
rough.
god of Animo.
It looks so big from the distance, but then you actually get to it. When you compare it to all the new regions, it's so tiny. But
So
when you first start the
perhaps
game, you
because
have
got
no
power
idea that
from
was
the
the
god of
case.
Animo, you can find some clues there.
Because none of that was none of that stuff was in
There
the
are
game yet.
also lots of bards there, so perhaps one of them has heard news of your sister. Let's move then. The elements in this world responded to your prayers, and Paimon thinks that's a lovely sign.
This game was so simple back then. Wow.
Wind blade!
Press Q.
With the wind!
These are the animal powers you got from the Statue of the Seven. Oh, Paimon's so jealous. Why doesn't Paimon get cool fighting powers?
Achievements. What is all this? 1200, 1600, 10? Do people just get all this from the very start? Itty bitty octo baby? What is that? Oh, it's the anniversary award. I forgot. Huh. That's cool. Treasures ahead about along the road. I feel like I should be saving this. They still give out the 3 million registration thingy? Hmm. Okay. Portable aerodynamic gelatinous bubble generator and itty bitty octo baby. Complete the Dragonstorm quest to unlock outfits. Okay, I'll just level this one time. Nice. Okay, now it's working again, but I might have to... okay, I'm gonna get to Mondstadt, and then I'm going to restart the stream, because this is kind of weird. It's like going off and on all over the place. Yeah. I'm going to get to Mondstadt, and be back after I restart. And you're right, I do miss when the game was this simple. Oh my god! Remember when there were like giant oh.
Wow.
We never really got that kind of thing again, right?
There's something huge in the sky.
We don't have like a
It's
pep.
heading towards the heart of the forest.
We don't really
must
have a
proceed with
pep.
caution.
Just like slithering all over the place in Sumeru. We never got that kind of experience again. It's kind of weird going back to the like start of the game to see all of these things that were like they were features. Remember when we went into the sky and shot at the Ballin? Like that in the mini game never got developed or built up on. I mean, it wasn't like a big thing, but it was just kind of weird that it was kind of just a one-off. Yes, this one time you get to go into the sky and do a bullet hell game. A very simple one, mind you, but it was still kind of, you know, a feature. God, I hate OBS. What the hell is wrong with
Don't be
it?
afraid. It's all right now. I'm back.
Is he talking to a dragon?
Who's there?
The graphics are so good. I forgot how like cinematic this game was right from the very beginning. There were a lot of cutscenes, like really good ones too.
That was close. Paimon almost got blown away. Luckily, Paimon managed to grab hold of your
Oh,
hair.
now it's saying there's no data again. What the hell? Like, it's saying no data, but it's saying I'm uploading at 8,000 kilobytes per second. Now it says excellent connection again. I don't know. Good thing the dragon didn't notice
Just
us.
what was that? Paimon thought we were gonna get eaten.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Why is it always
Definitely has something
technical
to do with that
issues?
weirdo who was
I thought I
talking to the
fixed this
dragon.
already. Talking dragon's normal.
Of course not. Oh, what's that? There's some kind of shiny red thingy on the big rock over there. Let's go take a closer look. Be careful. Paimon doesn't have a good feeling about this.
The dialogue was so simple
Paimon's
too.
never seen a stone like this before.
Like Paimon just says
so Paimon
things
can't tell what it is.
without too much like verbosity. There's not. It's not as verbose.
All Paimon knows is that it's dangerous. Best we put it away for now.
She doesn't have as much personality. I feel like in the very
Okay,
beginning.
we've got it. Now let's get out of here.
Like she's basically in tutorial mode, right? Wait, I can collect stuff. No, I can't collect more. Wait, what is this? Okay, there's 38 minutes left for me to collect my rewardsies. When does it let me do that though? Do I have to get to like adventure rank number 10?
Hey, you! Stop right there!
Stream health. Says it's healthy. Look how animated Amber is compared to, you know, characters now.
May the Animo God protect
We've
you,
never. I don't
stranger.
think we've ever gotten an introduction like that again. Now it's just like a character walks up to you and, you know, engages in a conversation.
I am Amber, outrider for the Knights of Favonius. You don't look like citizens of Mondstadt. Explain yourselves. We're not looking for trouble. That's what all the troublemakers say. Doesn't sound like a local name to me. And this mascot, what's the deal?
Look at how the camera changes angles as they're talking. Do they do that now? They don't. Emergency food. We're friends.
I mean, we've only been traveling partners for 2 months, but we've already become the very best of friends. So to sum it up, you're traveling partners, right? Well, look, there's been a large dragon sighted around Mondstadt recently. Best you get inside the city as soon as possible. It's not far from here. I'll escort you there.
Oh, she's using the new outfit, the censored version, I believe.
Oh, aren't you
I really
out
can't tell the
for another
difference,
reason?
to be honest.
I am, but not to worry. I can keep you both
No,
safe
she's
while
not,
doing
because
that too.
this part is supposed to be covered if it's censored. Or is it? Because, oh, I don't know. I actually can't tell. It's like the censored version versus the non-censored version is so
Besides,
similar
I'm
that
still not sure
there's
if I
like
can trust you two just
practically
yet.
no difference to me. Because this part is supposed to not show any like boob crack anymore. But they just covered it up with like skin-colored something, like skin-colored fabric.
Oh, I'm sorry. Probably not something I should say as a knight. I give you my apologies.
I do think it is the new version.
Strange yet respectable
Because
travelers.
the color is darker, her outfit is darker, and she's got this like pantyhose stuff pulled down.
Do you have something against the type of language usage prescribed by the Knights of Favonius Handbook?
Man, concurrent viewers is so fucky. It goes from like 1 viewer to like 4 viewers and then down to like 0 viewers. Yay! I got my first 4-star character! I practiced so much with Amber back in the day. It's not... Because I thought I would be stuck with her forever.
So, suspicious travelers, what are you doing in Mondstadt?
I thought we would only get like a couple of characters that we would be sticking with for like the entire time of their entire duration of our playtime. So I would just go around practicing aiming with Amber. But now I have not played a charge shot character since like what? Since Tignari. Tignari is basically the only charge shot character I've ever played with. And I think Tignari has like what?
Looking for your family?
An auto aim system in charge shot. I forgot. I don't play him anymore too.
Okay, let me finish my other stuff first, and then I can help you put up posters around the city.
As clear as it sounds, I miss the old
What
Genshin
exactly is it
little.
you need to finish doing first?
The game was definitely a lot more exploration oriented.
You'll understand in a bit.
And it was a lot more threatening too, because I spent like 10 minutes. I would spend like an hour just trying to kill the fucking... What? I spent like an hour trying to kill the Fatui agents. Because they were so hard and I was so under level that it was actually a challenge. And now I'm like, I just press a couple buttons and then die in 2 seconds. Oh, this part doesn't have voice acting. That's something that it shares with new Genshin Impact. Who are you? See? There's some stuff that's still the same. Lin. Respect for you going through all this pain, unskippable quests, and terrible pacing of the earlier quests and quests being locked behind AR. Yeah, it's not so bad. I think it's very like nostalgic. I love seeing... There are things that I remember very fondly and things that, you know, once you go through again, it seems very different. Wait, does she have a boob crack? Yeah, she does have a boob crack. So NPCs can get to have a boob crack, but not playable characters. Oh wait, Amber also does have a boob crack. Is this the... I don't think this is the censored version. No, it's not. This is not the censored version because you can see her butt. Or what do you call this? A butt fold? You can see her ass. That's basically it. That's weird. I thought she had been censored. Oh, I can't even change her... What is it? Her outfit. But yeah, this is not the censored version at all. You can still see her boob crack. You can see her ass folds. And I don't think... No. Okay, I see now. The playable version is not censored. But the one that appears in the game in cutscenes is. Because this part of her pantyhose, or whatever it's called, is not pulled down. Only if you're on the Chinese server, then censored, yeah. No, it's censored here too in the official story version. It's just that when you actually play the character, it's not. I wish they did more with the food system. I really wish they did more of the food system. You don't really do anything with it now. It's unfortunate. Wait, do I just wait? Jesus Christ. So do I just wait now? Mushroom, fowl. Oh, I gotta read some food lore in the future. That's exciting. Like I'm saying, wait. Why do you have voice? Why do you have voice lines here, but you don't have voice lines when I actually talk to you? That's so weird. Old Genshin was kind of... Before they actually like realized what Genshin Impact was or what they wanted Genshin Impact to be, I feel like Genshin Impact had all these like weird little features that didn't really gel with what it tried to be. Go to the location designated by Amber.
Quick, get it!
I got a waypoint! I think that's my first waypoint, isn't it? Yeah, that's actually the first waypoint. Wow. Hello. Let me do this. No swirls! I failed.
These monsters have been getting too close to the city recently.
It didn't drop anything.
My task this time is to clear out their camp.
Okay. The current banners 4 stars make this ideal time to wish in the game for starter. Isn't the banner going to like be gone in 2 seconds? That's why I'm playing this game right now. But now it seems like that's not... Oh shit! Uh-oh. Oh my god! Cooldowns. Swirl! Amazing. This was such a mindfuck to me at the time. Like, actually being able to do like elemental reactions was such a cool moment for me in the game.
Nothing to it.
Wow.
Though I've got to say, you surprised me a little with your moves there.
Look at how cinematic this is. The way that it does the camera angles. We don't do this anymore, do we?
Thanks for the backup. How'd it feel?
The moving camera angles while we're talking barely broke a
Now
sweat.
that you mention it, how is it the Hilly Trails ended up here? These creatures don't seem like the type to set up camp so close to cities like this.
Another thing that's different is that Dragon Spawn is actually there when you're playing the game now. I started playing this game right when I started noticing events and stuff right when Dragon Spawn came out.
For them to be much further out in the wilderness.
But because the dragon,
But now
has been
you don't
around
have
a
to
lot
just
more
see a
recently,
giant
our
morass
orchards
of
have been
mountain.
destroyed, and the
All
local market
dragon
has
spawn
been
is there now.
affected as well.
Oh my god, playing dragon spawn is gonna be such a
When
is
the
gonna be
storm
such a pain in
hit,
the ass
we usually
because
end up with at least a few injuries.
I don't have
the
Scaramouche
Knights of
anymore.
Favonius have been tied
So I
up
can't just
doing the best
float
they
up all
can
the
to
time.
defend the area.
A lot of the dialogue camera angles utilize very simple cinematography methods.
So these annoying creatures have been getting closer and closer to the city?
Exactly. That said,
Well,
clearing
yeah,
this
at the end of the
helps
day,
make the
this
area
is-
a little bit safer.
This is, at the very end of the day, a mobile game. They can't do too many wild things with it.
Come with me. A responsible knight must make sure to see you to the city safely.
So I don't blame them for being too, like, oh my god, this game has to look like a AAA game. That's not really what this game is supposed to do. It's supposed to be... You also have to remember...
An answer from this world?
You have to remember that this game came out when phones were less powerful, right? Phones actually got more powerful after Genshin Impact came out. Like, we have more powerful phones now. We have more, like, an iPhone 15. Although I've heard some bad things about the iPhone, we do have, on average, more powerful GPUs for phones. And people can run Genshin better. Over-the-shoulder hip shot, close-up, blah, 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 between right and blah, 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 are all basics of cinematography. I don't know about that. You know, you could just... I feel like they do a lot more, like... I don't know. Just something about the way that they did speech back in the day. I feel like there is something slightly different compared to what Genshin Impact dialogue is like now. Where somebody just... Look at... Notice how Amber was like rolling all the way up to us when she was first introduced. And then in Sumeru and in Fontaine...
What's that? It smells so good!
I don't think I was supposed to do that first. Yeah. And then in Fontaine, everybody just kind of walks up to us. There's not a lot of cinematography. Where's Timmy? Is he not here during the night? When do I get access to the other things? The first time I entered this was such... Oh. Yeah, that sound is good. That sound activated something in my brain. It's kind of funny because while we were walking into town, it was nighttime. And then the moment we got into it, it became daytime. Also, here is something that is actually better now in Genshin Impact compared to in the past. I feel like the cinematics in the past was on a lower resolution compared to the newer cinematics.
Travelers under the protection of the Knights of Favonius, welcome to Mondstadt.
Because that cinematic, that cutscene right there, felt a bit kind of scuffed.
No more having to camp outdoors.
It looked like really low resolution nonsense.
But the city folk don't look too cheery.
And now when you look at the cutscenes for Genshin Impact, compare what you just saw there to like Yoimiya's second story quest cutscene. It's not even a comparison. The cutscenes are just way better now.
Storm terror recently, but everything will turn out fine as long as Jean's with us.
Jean?
Acting Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius, Jean, Defender of Mondstadt. With Jean on our side, surely even the vicious Storm Terror will be no match for us. Before I take you guys to the Knights of Favonius headquarters, I have a present for you, Traveler.
Yeah, this camera angle where you just look at them straight up, full on, like, profile shot. Does this happen in Genshin anymore? I don't think it does.
It's a reward for helping me clear out that Hilichurl camp.
This looks like a shot that would be in a hangout event, right?
Hey! Why doesn't Paimon get a reward?
Because this reward is useless to you, Paimon. But I'll treat you to a traditional Mondstadt delicacy, sticky honey roast.
Sticky honey roast!
Come with me. We'll head to the city's, high ground.
Okay. Okay. I can't move. How do I move? How do I get...
Hey, there's something strange over there. Come on, let's take a look.
I'm stuck. Go to the location. What do I do here? Oh. Wow, that was super unintuitive. I had to press Alt. And then mouse click it.
This used to be a bustling street, but with so many storm terror attacks recently, the usual crowds are nowhere to be seen. Except for the local tavern near the city wall over there. They haven't been affected. If anything, their business is better than ever.
Okay, let me get that. Select the teleport waypoint to teleport to that location. But why I'm already over here? Shitty tutorials. Okay, that's another thing that old Genshin Impact was not very good at. It was kind of... Some of the tutorials don't make sense anymore. Now new regions are introduced as we are there to kill fucking gods. No cinematics, no innocent interactions like the Amber one. Everyone knows we are god killers and keep their distance from us. Yeah. That's actually a good... That's actually a good point. It's entirely different. The interactions we have is completely different. It was so much more innocent back in the day. We were just like some random dude in Mondstadt. And then we went to Liu and it was like, oh, a god just died. Who are we? We're nobody. We don't give a fuck. We just want to get out of there. And then we got roped into all this nonsense. And then we get to Inazuma and we start fighting gods. I think Inazuma was really when the story kind of... Inazuma was when the lore and the story kind of went into overdrive.
So, the present I want to give you is a wind glider. Outriders use them to ride the wind.
It's
and
not
the
a bad
people of
thing.
Mondstadt love using them too. I brought you here to give it to you, so you can experience it right away.
Oh, you're really excited about these wind gliders, huh?
Also, Paimon sounds different. That is true. I noticed it there.
Well, that's because the
That is
wind
definitely
is
a thing
the
that
heart
is
and soul of Mondstadt.
legitimate. People were right when they said that old Paimon sounded different from new Paimon. Although I think
All right,
Paimon might be
enough
reverting
talk.
back to her
Let's
old
give
sounds
it
a bit
whirl.
more. Her old voice a tiny bit more. In Fontaine. She doesn't sound as squeaky as in Sumeru, in my opinion.
It's easy to use, but you still need to pay attention to my instructions.
Wait. Press space. Dangerous. Proceed carefully. I like that warning sign right up at the top. What is this? Oh, it's just a banner. Another thing about Genshin, I feel like I think I'm gonna do in this game is that I'm not going to get any characters with movement abilities because I feel like getting characters with movement abilities really distracts from the exploration aspect of the game.
Sky.
So I'm gonna make that a rule for this free-to-play account. No characters with exploration abilities. With maybe the exception of Archons, because I feel like I have to get Archons to be able to do Spiral Abyss. Another great thing about Mondstadt and even Liu, I feel like, is that they really get you into the story right from the very start. They have a very, very, immediate conflict. We go to Mondstadt, we get sucked up into a tornado, we go up into the sky, and now we're fighting a giant dragon. In Liu, we go to Liu, and then we immediately see a dragon die and fall from the sky, and then we're running away from all of these people, and then we meet Child, and all of this holy shit, all this crazy stuff is going on right from the very beginning. But that doesn't really happen starting from Inazuma, it just kind of... Inazuma, everything after Inazuma kind of just toned down the initial excitement of the new region.
Now, concentrate. See yourself grasping the wind. Harness its energy.
Yeah, this never happens again in the game. The ground textures are actually kind of good. I like how they animate Dvalin. Dvalin is actually super well animated here. Oh, I can't wait to fight Dvalin again. Nahida is godly for early players because her E helps so much with collecting things. Yeah, I can totally see trying to collect like jade grass or whatever the grass thing is that grows on mountains. Collecting that is literally the worst thing you can ever do in this game. It's extremely anti-fun. The onboarding of Genshin Impact is A++. This game is so good at getting players into the game because there's just action right from the very start. And none of the new regions since Inazuma have done that. Not even Fontaine.
You've actually got
Although I
the
feel
power
like
to go up
Fontaine is
against
better
the
than
dragon.
Sumeru and
Are
Inazuma
you a
because
new ally?
Fontaine has swimming.
Or a new storm.
Storm Terror is attacking Mondstadt itself!
Oh no! Wait, there's no
Kaya,
autoplay.
Traveler, you've come at the right time. We must...
Hold on, Amber. Are you perhaps forgetting to introduce us?
Oh, right. This is Kaya, our cavalry captain. These two are travelers
I
from afar.
also don't think there's as much delay between voice
From
lines
afar.
in the early game compared
Is
to
that
later
all we
on.
know of them?
Long story
True
short...
lol. True what? I forgot what I just said.
I see.
Why do I
Welcome
have
to
such a
Mondstadt.
goldfish brain? What the
Although
hell?
you haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. I understand the anguish of being separated from family.
I can definitely see why everybody
I'm not
was
really
so into
sure why
Kaya,
you're
especially the
looking for
girls.
animal god.
She
But
does have
everyone
this
has their secrets,
her
right?
voice, his voice has something going on with it in
Relax.
English that I don't think was.
I won't press you
I don't
for
know.
more.
I might have to play this game in
First and
Chinese
foremost,
again
on behalf of the
in the
Knights of
future.
Favonius, I would like to extend our thanks to you for your help just now.
He has that Kafka sound, doesn't he? I feel like every single time they do one of these Hoyoverse games, they have this character that has a very like raspy voice. And it works. People love it. You're welcome. So where's the reward?
How about a traditional Mondstadt delicacy? Sticky honey roast.
I just heard about that one.
Your fight to defend the city against the dragon just now was witnessed by no small number of citizens.
Every boy and girl who has played
The
prior
acting
to
Grand Master
2.0
of
has
the
simped
Knights
for
of
Kaya
Favonius
once at
is
least.
also
Yeah.
very interested in meeting you and formally invites you
Kaya is
both
so
to
cool.
our headquarters.
It's a shame that I will never get his skin in the new account. Dressing room. Okay. That is a tiny bit of a shame that I will never get that. Oh, wind glider. Let's switch to the less shitty one. Okay. What about this? Let's go with the censored version. Why not? Let's switch things
train
up a
together.
bit. There's no particular reason. Let's just do it for funsies. Ooh, I forgot. You have to climb to get the waypoint. That was such a cool moment, climbing this entire building.
This seems to be the Knights of Favonius headquarters. Let's head in.
And look, Paimon is actually out in the open world. Isn't that neat? We don't really see that often anymore. Hello, Paimon. Let's talk. But she doesn't have any voice lines, any voice lines. Then Booba God came around, and the community simped so hard. Inazuma was such a masterclass in terms of marketing. It has so many cool characters.
Gene, what's the hurry?
Yae Miko,
I thought we agreed to meet them here.
Raiden Shogun, Ayato.
outside the city.
So many
Once
good
we meet,
banners.
we must...
Relax. I'll
Except for
lend a
Sarah,
hand
she
when
got
the
done
time
dirty.
comes.
I remember people were so excited for Sarah, and then it turned out she did nothing.
I've brought them.
And even she got nerfed because Raiden Shogun is so good with like Hyper Bloom now that realistically you never have to play like
And once it was over, I brought them straight here.
you don't have to play like Hyper Carry Raiden anymore. And she is still good.
Mondstadt welcomes you, Windborn travelers. I am Jean, acting Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius. This is Lisa, our resident librarian.
Nice.
Oh,
Can't
are
wait
you
to
sweeties here to help
can't
us
wait
out?
to have you. I have a
You're both
C3
so
Raiden, don't say that.
adorable.
Yeah.
Sadly, the timing is regrettable.
It's not that
Storm
C2
Terror
Raiden
has
and
caused
C3
quite a
Raiden
ruckus
are
in the
like
region
bad.
since its
It's
recent
just the fact that
resurgence.
there's so many ways to just make Raiden
Simply
Shogun good
put,
now. You don't need to get more
Mondstadt's elemental
constellations.
sphere and
Although
ley
C2 is
lines
still
are
very
now akin
useful.
to a yarn ball in the paws of a
The
king.
reason why my Raiden Shogun sucks is not because that Raiden Shogun is a bad character or that I don't have constellations. It's the fact that I don't have any
If it weren't
artifacts for
this
her that are good
interference,
for
the
Hyper
Knights
Bloom.
of Favonius would have better ways to help you than just putting up missing person posters. We simply ask
But a
that you
new
repose
person,
in
a new
Mondstadt.
player who just
We
got
will
Raiden
help you
Shogun,
seek out your
they can
sister.
just farm for Elemental Mastery right away, and then Hyper Bloom Raiden Shogun is gonna be so cracked. I really should help you out as well.
Paimon will help too.
Remember when the Traveler wasn't all
In that
like
case, we need a
edgelordy
plan.
and
With Storm
angry
Terror now directly
in all his
attacking
voice
Mondstadt,
lines
we may
that you
have
get
an
to choose?
opportunity to cut this problem off at the source. Lisa has revealed the sources of Storm Terror's power with her detection magic.
He helped out people so
Is that
much.
so?
They're located in the abandoned Four Winds temples.
And now every other
Stormtail's
line he has that he
ability
gets
to
to
whip
choose
these
is like,
kinds of
where's my
storms
sister?
can be
Where's my
attributed
sister?
to it drawing power from the temples.
Why am I helping you?
Our objective is to deal with 3 of the 4 temples. I trust everyone understands why we are only dealing with 3.
Nope.
Paimon doesn't.
Gameplay reasons. We will ask later.
Knights of Favonius, time is against us. The storm is rampant. There's no point in maintaining a defensive position. All right, we need to take initiative and act before the situation escalates.
Oh, wish. I can wish. I can wish. I can wish. I can wish. Chop. Wow. Can I collect my stuff now? Yes, I can. I will be able to get this, right? Yes. It's 146, so I'll be able to get all the wishes. This is why I started today, not gonna lie. Okay. Try? What do you mean try? The reason why I started today is not because I just felt like it, it's because, you know, it's the last day I can get all of the wishes. Yep. Strategic Genshin player. Shit, do I want to... Okay, let's see. 5-star, please! Let me do a neck crit! Fuck you. Whatever. Well, I can't do another... I can't do a temple right now. Maybe I'll get Novelet. No. I'll try to get Hu Tao. Yeah. This should work. Let's go. 5-star, let's go! Whatever. At least give me official. Jeeziful. Or maybe a Xingqiu. Just maybe not a Diona. Diona is still good, but it would be slightly disappointing. Okay. Well, yeah. I believe that Dendro was not released intentionally so that they could change the player base as they please. Dendro could be a blessing for hardcore players by introducing new reactions, but I feel like they just weren't done with Dendro. They chose to make it so the casual players would... That is true. I feel like Dendro was made for casual players. Oh, that was interesting. Wait, I can do that again? Oh, I can do that twice. Huh, interesting.
You're not bad with that wind glider. Your gliding style seems familiar.
Why is Jean the acting Grandmaster?
The Grandmaster
Because
is
Varka,
currently off leading an expedition.
the Grandmaster
Jean
Varka,
stepped in to oversee the
does
next
not have a
one's
buff
gone.
model yet because they have not implemented that
You'll
into the
hear many
game.
refer to her as the acting Grandmaster.
Which is why they don't.
When the
He's
Grandmaster
not in the game
left, he
yet.
took the vast majority of our knights with him, leaving the acting Grandmaster with far more responsibility and stress.
It's insane how
Come to
far
think of it,
back
it
they
must have been
foreshadowed
difficult for
Varka.
Jean.
It's actually kind of crazy. Like they
You're
planned
not
so
bad
far
with that
ahead.
Wind glider. My eye patch. Want to hear my story, eh?
No.
I didn't have time to introduce myself properly.
I
Well,
gotta
it
admit, I
wasn't
must
on
be
my
one of
mind
the
to
only
begin with.
I must be one of the only players
My apologies.
who was kind of annoyed
I'm
by
Kaya, cavalry captain
by
for
Kaya
the Knights of Favonius.
from the very start.
We can talk more.
I
after we
definitely
get
did.
things
I like
sorted.
Kaya the least out
I
of
know
all
a
the
great place
characters.
more fit
The
for a
original like
chat.
OG characters. Wait, I get a wish just for that. Huh. Out of all the OG characters, design-wise, like character-wise, story-wise, I think I like Kaya the least. Why do you not have voice lines?
Heading out? See you in a bit.
Why? See, this is what I'm talking about. Early Genshin did have some really, like, janky stuff.
You're not bad with that wind
Kaya
glider.
has voice lines
Your
initially,
gliding style. See you later.
but not Lisa. Right. Lisa does not have an initial voice line. I'd like to know more about monsters.
The monsters out in the wild? We've got many resources here in the library. Making good use of elemental advantages is the key to winning any battle. By the way, would you be interested in having a part-time job here? We need people for doing... We just need more people.
That's true. That's so real. Genshin is a hardcore action RPG, has so much potential, but they intentionally made it lore-based. Yeah, I'm not against it. A part of me wants more stuff to kill. So here's the thing. You know I'm doing a review of Shinjo Lofu right now, right? And I know that there are like problems with the current story in Shinjo Lofu makes it probably objectively worse compared to the Fontaine story. But when I play the game, I feel like I enjoy Shinjo Lofu's, you know, actually playing in Shinjo Lofu just as much as playing Fontaine, because the problem with Genshin Impact's story is that they have basically jettisoned the initial premise of the game as an action RPG game. You don't really engage in combat anymore in the main story. Sometimes you don't even go to like the different places in Fontaine, right? You don't even go to the different places in the region that you went to. For example, when you were in Inazuma, the Archon quest did not take you to Siri Island, and you just had to go there yourself to explore and stuff. So you don't even naturally go to different places that much as part of the Archon quest. So it's not even the excuse that the Archon quest is just there to take you to explore different places. Sometimes you're literally trapped in a single region, like Sumeru City, for like what, 6-7 hours as you do the Archon quest. And I don't mind what Genshin has become, because it's obviously found its place in like the gaming community, like the gaming fandom, so to speak, and people are okay with what Genshin has become as well. Sometimes do you go to Reddit, like the subreddit for Genshin Impact? Sometimes you go to this Reddit for the subreddit for Genshin Impact, and somebody will mention every once in a while that, oh my god, I wish there was more combat. Oh my god, did you notice that Act 3 and Act 4 of Genshin Impact in Fontaine had literally 0 combat? And people will be like, yeah, I like that. You know, why add combat when it's just, well, I just kill things in like 2 seconds. What's the point? And to me, intuitively, I would say that's a very backwards way of looking at it. But they obviously don't care about combat. The average player for Genshin Impact does not care about combat. So who am I to complain? Who am I to tell them to like what they like? To like what they don't like? Either they never liked combat that much in the first place, or didn't feel as though it was a core part of the gameplay experience that they wanted, or they have come to accept that it is not a part of the core game when it comes to the storytelling. Whereas with Honkai Star Rail, I feel like the combat is still part of the core story experience. Every once in a while, you will get to fight things, and I like that, even if it is just a turn-based game. How do we fight Storm Terror?
A way to fight against.
Oh, I forgot how hot
Terror?
Lisa was. Lisa is actually super hot. Her
But
pantyhose
there's
is
no
so
way
cool.
to do it alone.
So good.
Judging by the level of its animal power, it's definitely not an ordinary creature. I could teach you some elemental basics.
Her
so
voice
you'll have
acting
an
was
idea
very
of what I'm
like.
talking about.
It feels like all of the early voice acting was kind of stilted. It definitely doesn't feel like they're aware that Genshin Impact is gonna be like a big game in the future, and they're not as hardcore about voice acting. Do you guys know what I mean? Like, it feels like this is just somebody. The voice actors feel like they paid them what, like $100 to do all of the voice acting, which is what, like maybe like 12 hours. I don't know how many hours of voice acting they did, but they probably paid them not a very large amount for their work in this game initially. Jean also does not have any voiceovers for her initial line. How do we fight Storm Terror?
Its change in size and power really is suspicious. But for the Knights of Favonius, our priority is to deal with the aftermath of this attack. The Grand Master entrusted the Knights of Favonius to me. I can't let him or the people of Mondstadt down. I must get to the bottom of this.
Even from the very beginning, Genshin Impact was not a hardcore game. I disagree that Genshin Impact was ever going to be a hardcore action RPG, but I do agree that it had a feeling to it that was different. It definitely felt like the action combat was much more, the action and the role-playing was much more of a part of the core experience. And that just kind of went out the window by the time Sumeru came around. As we know, character story quest is the trial of the character, but Novelette's one has one. It is one story for 20 minutes exact. As we know, story quest has a trial of the character, but Novelette's one doesn't have one. It is only story for 20 minutes exact time, not even exaggerated. Wait, Novelette's story quest is only 20 minutes? What? How do we fight Storm Terror? Are all the knights as strict as Amber?
I heard you and Outrider Amber had a misunderstanding. Please forgive her. She was just doing her job. Talk to Amber sometime. I'm sure you'll like how energetic she always is.
Wanna team up with me? Huh. I should warn you though.
Is
I
Novelette's
don't
story
slow
quest
down
really
for
that
anyone,
short?
Greenhorn or otherwise.
Jean seems to be pretty reliable.
With Jean by our side, nothing can stand in our way. At least, that's what I want to say. But I can't keep spouting that same old line. She always dashes headlong into the heat of the battle, and we want her to take better
Look
care
at her
of
dead
herself.
eyes. I don't know what it is about
I
this
really
angle. When
hope
you look
that
up
one day
at her from
I
this
can look
angle,
Jean in the
she
eye
has like
and
all
tell her
those.
she doesn't
She
need
has
to
dead
worry
anime
anymore,
eyes.
because we have her back.
Okay. Ooh, it's got an echo in here. Is that still in the game?
From now on,
Okay, so it still cuts
we
off the
could
voice
start by
lines.
going to Mondstadt's blacksmith.
They haven't fixed that in the early game. Actually, they've never fixed that. If you just cut out to go to the menu, you will actually cut short the voiceovers, which is annoying. Okay, let's not auto add because that's gonna be really unoptimal. Wait, what do you mean? I have to press auto add? Fuck you. What a waste. Okay, auto add. Okay, I don't have to actually use the thingy. Select activate teleport point. And here we are. Novelette's quest has that slow black and white walking as in Inazuma Archon quest. It was good though. I like that. That was actually a super tense moment when you leave the palace of Raiden Shogun. I should put some ground rules down in the description of my F2P account. Yeah. No movement characters. No special movement characters. No special traversal characters. Nothing that will help me like collect stuff in the open world. Actually, no, I don't. I'm not sure if I want to put that restriction on myself. That's too much.
This is it. One of the deserted temples of the Four Winds. These temples have been left to waste for years now. The people of Mondstadt almost never come here. There's a chance there's a monster nest or hilichurl camp inside. Even Storm Terror has given up on its own temple.
Wait, did you say its own temple?
Yes, I also find it hard to accept, but Storm Terror was once one of the Four Winds.
Huh?
Wait, did you just feel that?
Hmm.
The wind here. Something's off.
Yes, I felt a
Let's
breeze
go
on
in
my
and take a look.
ass.
Be careful. The dragon's power is disturbing this area.
And she actually runs to the gate. They had the tech for running characters all the way back then, but apparently they didn't get the memo for some of the following missions in the future. Where the characters just disappear off the face of the earth. And then you have to pretend that they're beside you all the time. Deep within the Temple of the Falcon, the Knights of Favonius have been mobilized to contain Storm Terror's destructive rampage. Venture forth with Amber, the Outrider, to the Temple of the Falcon and stop Storm Terror from getting the power within. Okie doke. Oh, I have a whole team already, don't I? Jesus. Yeah, like if you look at the background for this early domain, it seems really simple, doesn't
You
it?
can use that console to open the door.
Compare this to like some of the domains we have right now, where the background is an entire cavern, like an underwater cavern. It's so obvious that the pillars there have basically no textures, and it's just covered by shadow to hide that, which is fine. It looks good. Yeah.
Wow, I can see so far into the temple.
This took me like at least maybe 10 seconds to figure out, by the way, because I didn't realize I could just burn these things. This took me maybe 10 seconds to figure out. Ooh, chesties. I tried to climb this. I remember. And no, I'm not gonna use no L. I refuse to use no L in this game. No matter how good she is, I will still not use no L. I had no idea what this was for, by the way. Yeah. I tried to figure out what this thing was. Like, did it heal me or something? I don't know. And I was so confused by this thing. Growth of the Genshin as in visuals and cutscenes is quite a lot, yeah. It still looks very good, but you can tell the places where the game improved visually. And there's a lot of interaction with these hilichos too, right? There's actually quite a lot of interaction because you can burn their shield.
A horn! The fighting must have got them riled up. Well, good thing I
Ooh.
prepared my secret weapon, explosive puppet Berry Bunny.
And it doesn't work! You missed! And it doesn't even taunt all of them. Jesus Christ. I'm a bad Genshin player.
Bet you can't keep up with me.
There is more interaction in this game than I gave it credit for.
Bet you can't keep up.
The music is on point as well. Another chest. It's still it looked very good. Even
Are those
back in the
explosive
day,
barrels
3
over
years
there?
ago.
Well, one shot should be able to blow them up.
I can taunt. Swirly, swirly. I thought this was the coolest technique back in the day, by the way. Like, I was fully prepared to level up my Traveler all the way through. Wait, I forgot! I played as the guy in my original account. For some reason, I thought that I picked the other... Oh, shit. I picked Ether again. I don't know what was wrong with me. I thought I picked Lumi on my other account. I must have been thinking about the Trailblazer. Shit. Wait, that doesn't make any sense too, because my Trailblazer is... No, that's actually right. My Trailblazer is the female character. I had a mind fart. I thought that I picked Lumi on my other account. I don't know what happened there. Wait, what?
It's so high. Seems like there's something up there.
But how do we get across? Isn't this a pyro?
I actually felt so smart when I figured out how to do that, by the
If we
way.
hit it with a powerful pyro attack, we might trigger it.
I remember when I was new, I used to burn everything in these initial domains to collect everything. Then as time passed, I stopped caring about these common chests and was just speedrunning the domains. Yeah, I still care about the chests, but I definitely don't go out of my way to look
Dragon's
for them
breath.
as much as I used
Is
to.
that where the power's coming from? Great, let's smash it.
Like, I've definitely missed chests and
Phew,
domains
I'm
before
tired.
because they just blend into the
But at
background.
least this way we've helped Jean out. In the past, we were at least able to defend the city and keep it safe. This, of course, is mostly thanks to Jean. But now with Storm Terror directly attacking the city itself, the winds change. So too should our tactics.
Sounds deep.
It's what Lisa likes to say.
This game was sarcastic even
Speaking
back
of
in the day.
which, the four
Like, it's
winds
always
we
had
were
a
discussing
sarcastic
earlier,
streak to it.
If you want to learn more about our history, you can ask Lisa.
That didn't
I'm
happen
not
with,
saying
like,
I don't know our
new
history,
Genshin.
it's
Oh, new
just-
Genshin. It was in the old Genshin as well.
I mean, a librarian is supposed to be more knowledgeable than an outrider, right?
I don't know why I didn't pick Lumine. That's such a fuck up on my part. I was gonna do like an entirely different playthrough, but instead I just went with Ether again. Ew. Ew. A guy. I was gonna do an entire like harem playthrough. I was planning on only pulling for female characters, but apparently my mind fucked up. Well, actually, that makes sense because, you know, the main character is a guy. I don't identify as either, though. That's the thing. I have never identified as the self-insert character. To me, the self-insert character is kind of like a non-character. Wow. The tree looks so good, too. Like, what the heck? What is that, though? That light in the background, the green light. Okay. Can I do some polls now? Green, still no. 514 Primos. Can't even catch it. I'm too slow. Oh, I'm pretty sure I missed the Sealy back in the starting area. I was so annoyed by these things when I first started the game. Actually, I'm still annoyed by them. How do you catch these things? Come on. Yeah, fuck this. The bane of my life.
Oh, it's one of those consolidated wind things. Let's head back to the statue of the Seven at Windrise and offer it to the gods. Well, you should come with me. Paimon will tell you about the rest later.
Can I climb this now?
It's a statue of the Seven. Let's make an offering and see if the gods respond.
The world opens itself before those with noble hearts. Wow. Isn't it supposed to fix itself? Max stamina increased to 107. Okay, so that only happens when I offer something to it.
Can you feel the blessings of the Seven? In Mondstadt, people call them animalculi. They can be fitted into the statue's eyes. Some stories say the statue's eyes originally
game looks so
had gems
good.
that were taken by swallows, but animalculi never had a physical form from the start. People with visions collect them to offer to the statues as blessings.
They're giving me like
Unlike others with
Oculus
powers,
lore.
you don't have a vision. But the rules of this world don't apply to you anyway.
I
so
never paid
keep
attention to any of this
offering
lore
animalculi and maybe you'll
at the very
receive more
start.
blessings.
Why did this cut off? Oh my god. Old Genshin was so janky. Like, the voice lines just cut off for no reason sometimes. I remember hearing about this back in the day in like Maxor's video or something.
Close.
No, I think it was Necrit's video. As a late game player, while exploring a new region, the amount of time I stop to appreciate the landscape is decreasing as time passes. My eyes are always looking for chests, Oculuses, trials, waypoints, yeah. And I feel like part of that is just because exploring is so much easier now. Right? You don't really... Like, look at this. I bet I can't climb up this thing. I bet there's like... Oh, I can. But if it was new Genshin, I would just be stuck here. Because the ledge would not allow me to climb. And then I would have to use Scaramouche. But now that I have Scaramouche, like, exploring the place is just trivialized. It's completely trivial. So that's my goal for my new account. No exploration characters at all. No Scaramouche, no Yilan. No, like, Sayu. Although I suppose Sayu is kind of scuffed, so maybe I could get her. Maybe I could make an exception for Sayu, but still. Dr. Edith. Hello, traveler. Do you want me to tell you the tale of Vanessa? Did you say Vanessa? Yes, the gallant knight and the heroine who liberated Mondstadt. She grew up as a slave, but legend has it that this is where she ascended to Les Celestia and became the goddess who protects Mondstadt. Different legends offer varying accounts of her life, but for the most part, they converge right here at this place where her story ends. Her story really is fantastic, isn't it? Her whole life was resistance. This must be the spirit of freedom that runs through Mondstadt. If you want to understand more about her past, why not give this book a read? And then I get a book, I suppose? No, I don't get a book. Fuck my life. Just read a book that I don't get. Historian. That's my older sister, Ella Musk. This was... Remember Ella Musk? That was such a mindfuck, too. Ella Musk was hilarious. I don't know where that whole thing came from, how they came up with the scenario of Elon Musk, but it was good. It definitely surprised me. Like, I don't know what her connection is to Elon Musk, but whatever it was, climbing this thing gave me such a dopamine drip back in the day. It felt so good to be able to climb this thing. I thought I'd conquer the world. And now trees in Sumeru are so large that climbing Sumeru trees actually makes me feel bad because it just takes so much time. Instead of it feeling good, it just feels like shit. Okay, how do I get that again? Anemogranum. Sweet. I know what to do. Anemogranum. Where's the other one? I got 2. My eyes are failing me. Oh, there's a chest. I should probably go get that at some point. Next one? Last... No, it's just a mushroom. And it disappeared. There's so many puzzles, too. The reason why I don't come back here, it's a completely different experience just exploring this place after you've done everything. Because there's no reason to. It's unfortunate to say that, but you got to have a reason to explore. You can't just, look at the sights.
I must leave no stone unturned.
It took me so much time to figure out the Anemogranum thing. It took me 2 seconds. That's actually one of the puzzles that didn't take me a lot of time to understand. Not to say that I was good at this game, by the way, because I spent an inordinate amount of time trying to figure out how to defeat the Fatui.
I'll keep this close.
Wow, you actually level up pretty fast. And then you get to adventure rank 55, and it takes what, 2 years to get to adventure rank 60. That was such a... And remember when you had all these explosive things that you could use to kill stuff? But now nobody cares about them anymore. It's so unfortunate.
I'll race you there.
The environmental aspects of the game definitely went out the window at some point.
Told you I'd win.
And there's a lot more of that in Fontaine, to be sure. But you just don't need it as much after a certain point of the game. 1, 2, 3. It's so slow to get primos. Ugh.
Bet you can't keep up with me. I'll race you there.
It kind of feels good.
I won't let you down.
Oh, okay, she's talking too much now. I was like, it feels good to play this game again and hearing characters that I didn't used to hear in English. But now I'm like, wait a minute, do they actually just say this thing? Do they say these things every second? Is this what it's like to actually understand what they're saying? It kind of feels bad. Oh, chest.
Someone needs assistance.
Yeah, I can... Stop! Stop talking! Hey, one good thing about playing as a traveler is that they don't talk. Wait, is that true? No, it's not true.
From this world?
No, I was wrong. I was disproven 2 seconds into the game. Oh, I have to actually go somewhere? Jesus Christ. What is that sound? Beep, 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 beep. I was so confused here because this thing had this totem had an electro symbol, and I didn't know how to get an electro character. So it just like I just like stayed here for what, a couple of seconds, wondering how do I do this, and then I realized I had to go get more characters. This is really fun. Going back to something that I've not seen before for 3 years is insanely. It's like so nostalgic. What's Celestia? Celestia is where all the great heroes and heroines of the mortal realm go at the end of their lives. We never talk about Celestia again, do we? Like, no, none of the NPCs in any of the other regions talk about Celestia. I think this is like one of the only times we actually talk about Celestia with a NPC, and they display some knowledge of what it is. The rewards have changed in the chest in Mancha and Liu. I believe you don't get primos from the common chest, and Inazuma and other regions do. What? Wait, so they nerfed the chests? They nerfed the chest, really? Even though there are many gods who roam the lands in Tevat, they are silent on the topic of Celestia. Maybe only those heroes who have lived and died in the mortal realm earn the right to tell the story of Celestia. I like how they were setting up the whole Allogene Genshin thing. And then we never talk about this again.
I can't write a piece based on this info.
We never hear about this topic ever again. Nope. Celestia just goes unheard. I feel like they definitely I feel like they were going to introduce more story elements faster in the original premise of the game. And then once they realized how profitable Genshin was, they kind of just dialed down on how much information they gave us so that they could lengthen the game out. Maybe that's just, I don't know, maybe that's just copium. Maybe it's just some weird conspiracy theory.
Time to clean up.
This was such a cool animation when I first saw this. I was such a big Noelle fan. And then she couldn't do shit against Oshana, so I eventually just left her for John Lee. I feel like seeing left her for John Lee sounds like a breakup or something. I had divorced her, but really, it actually kind of is like being divorced. I was so devoted to this character and just, nope, nada. And then she disappeared off the face of the earth.
I'll catch up.
I don't think I still don't have her fully leveled up and her talents maxed out, do I? Old Genshin just running around, not a care in the world. Looking over oh my god! I didn't get to see this back in the day because Dragon Spine wasn't there yet, and now it's all there. Like you can see so far. Can I see J Chamber from here? Where is J Chamber? It should be like over here somewhere. So I think yeah, this is the kind of like the place I have to look. I guess Dragon Spine is blocking the way. But J Chamber should be somewhere over there yonder. Technically over there. Buffed, we get primos from Inazuma and other regions that came after, and Liu is and doesn't give any primos. Okay, I see. So they never gave primos, and then now they do in future regions. I see. Wow. Mancha was so idyllic. It's so carefree. There's not as, I feel like there wasn't as much density of enemies in Mondstadt compared to other regions. That's why you actually got to like take the time to look around, because there's not like a fucking samurai dude, Ashigaru or whatever they're called, just trying to smack you in the face and doing some weird battle music. And then in Liyue, well actually Liyue was pretty chill too. But after everything after Inazuma, it feels like there's just enemies every 10 meters. Wow. I hope that this feeling can continue on for me for the foreseeable future, because I'm not going to be pulling for all the most meta gameplay characters, especially not the ones that are going to help me. Oh, I'm so excited! I feel so good about this. I can actually play this game in a way that doesn't ruin the exploration element. I don't have to get Scaramouche anymore. I get Scaramouche because he's such a cool character and he's so fun to play, but He really did kind of trivialize exploration, didn't he? It's inevitable. It's just like there's nothing wrong with it, but you're literally like his character ability is for you to just completely not do an entire game element. Similar to John Lee.
Can't handle your drink.
The Eremites are the worst freaking combo if you don't pay attention. Really? Oh yeah. I remember when I first did my first impressions of Sumeru, one of the things I noticed was that the Eremites were so aggro. They like just rushed you down. And I like that because it made the combat harder.
A reward on the road.
I don't know why this makes me so excited. Like I'm disproportionately excited compared to I don't want to say that it's better than modern Genshin. I feel like I made Genshin less fun for me on purpose. Like it's definitely my fault. It's not just Genshin Impact becoming a worse game. It's literally me playing the game in a way that makes the game less fun. Which is really sad if you think about it. Like I literally got the characters that made the game less fun for me. John Lee.
Wow, these will come in handy.
Scaramouche is fun because you can fly around, but it's not fun anymore after a while once you realize like when you don't have to pay attention to the environment anymore, it's not as interesting to traverse the environment. I understand what you mean. I have C1 Yelan. Yes, Yelan as well is another thing that made the game less fun for me. Both in terms of like open world exploration and combat. Yeah, I just don't have to think as much anymore. I understand what you mean. I have C1 Yelan, and now every time I explore, I feel so slow when she is not in my team, and I feel clunky to me because you have to bunny jump for maximum movement speed. Right. I don't even feel like it's worth it to bunny jump in this game right now because I have such slow stamina. Like I can bunny jump twice and then I lose all my stamina. Early Genshin was so fantastic.
Opening a chest is like unwrapping a gift.
I feel like the environments have gotten less chill as well. I think everything after Inazuma has had some degree of very threatening. The environment itself got more threatening, if you want to like think about it. Right? Fontaine has all this like mechanical stuff going around trying to kill you. You've got all these like mechanical scientific contraptions with like Sumeru also has it, all of it just feels more threatening. Like people said that Inazuma's felt threatening more so than the previous regions, but I don't think that has changed. I feel like all of the regions since Inazuma have had their own degree of making the world feel unwelcoming. It's not as idyllic as Liu and Mondstadt. Okay. What now? Where do I go? Over there. Okay, next dungeon.
I'll race you there.
And this game is all about idealicism, according to Never Knows Best. That's not a word I invented, that's a word he invented. And something about running around with characters that you know are not good, but they just... You know, it's what you have. You don't need to run around with the best characters. You can just use the characters that you have. And something about that just feels so good. Even if you're not able to kill everything within 10 seconds.
With the wind!
Oh, I can't do that yet. I remember the first time I saw this, it was such a mindfuck. I had such a hard time. Oh, this thing was insane. This is the first time I felt like I needed to get better at the game. I tried to dodge everything and I couldn't do it. Like this, I can't believe they put such a hard boss at such an early point in the game. Like, this thing has such good tracking. When it flings its projectiles at you, there's no way you can dodge all of them. And then it has an AoE. It had everything. Holy shit. This game was hard back in the day. If you didn't have John Lee, you had a hard time beating this thing. Especially if you didn't have pyro characters. In Inazuma, freaking lightning can fuck you. Sumeru has that sandstorms where visibility... Yeah, the desert area was just... It just feels unwelcoming. Like, the story is good, and I enjoyed playing through it, but when you look at it, it doesn't feel like it's idyllic. It feels like it's going to fuck you up. It feels like it doesn't want you there. And that's just not the same feeling as early Genshin. Early Genshin is... Wow, this place is so cool! Genshin Impact has such a cool world! You want to be in this place. You want to live in this world. And then you get to Inazuma and everything suddenly everything wants to kill you. And that's never changed. They've never scaled it back to the same way as the game was back in Mondstadt and Liyue. I thought you were Lily City for a second there. Hello.
You've arrived. Come closer. Can you smell that?
No. It's a game. I can't smell it anything. It's the smell of burnt pyro slimes. That doesn't make any sense. How can you burn pyro slimes?
Something must have happened in the temple. I imagine there will be slimes, hilly churls, and whatever's giving Storm Terror extra power. Oh yes.
I have
It is
no
going
water
to be
beside
lively
me.
in there indeed.
It's very sad. I thought my cannons of Pepsi... I ordered Pepsi on Amazon. It was supposed to arrive today, but for some reason... they said that it was a damaged product, so they couldn't deliver it, and now I'm all fucked because I want my fucking Pepsi. There's like 12 cans of Pepsi that are supposed to arrive today or yesterday, but I didn't, and now I'm a Pepsi-less streamer. This is new account. Yes, as you can see, I am in fact. I was gonna say a poverty account player, but it actually feels good to play this game again without all my overpowered characters. It feels like this, honestly, it's starting to feel like I'm starting to get the sense that this is a superior account. Will it be dangerous?
As bustling as it may be,
This might be the more fun account.
I can't imagine it will be dangerous at all. It's a pity that the Temple of the Wolf has been disturbed by such an atrocity.
It also probably is going to feel better when I get characters in this game. I haven't got any of the limited 5-star characters yet, but I can definitely feel myself valuing characters more in this account compared to my other account because I spent money on that one.
No one makes offerings to the four winds anymore. Yet the old winds never vanish.
And nowadays, Cryo Regisvine can't even do one attack. It's a punching bag. All of the Regisvines, all of the different vine monsters are literally just punching bag. They don't do anything. It's so sad. And I feel like the Cryo Regisvine is actually one of the stronger ones. Like, if you compare it to the Pyro one I never had any trouble with even from the very start. The Electro one is just annoying. I don't think we've actually fought a Dendro Regisvine yet. That's actually really ironic because it's a plant. But I don't think we've fought a Dendro Regisvine yet.
We need to clear out the temples. For the four winds.
Feels bad. I used to dodge attacks and used to combo it with Amber. And that's another thing. I probably won't get really overpowered shield characters. I'm definitely not getting John Lee. I don't think I will get any of the Archons. Except for the new Archons. I will make an exception for the new Archons. But not John Lee, not Venti, not Raiden Shogun. I want to get any of them. So the plan is, maybe I'll go for Harbingers.
My first chance to fight beside you.
I think I want to get Harbingers instead of Archons this time. I will be a Harbinger collector. Because there's enough Harbingers that I can actually do that now. Back in the day, we only had one Harbinger. Right? The only Harbingers we could play was Child. And then Wanderer came out at the end of Sumeru. And Arlecchino is going to be the third Harbinger. So by the time I get all my limited 5 stars, maybe I'll be able to get all of the Harbingers.
My first chance to think we'll make a good...
No. We are not a good team. Unless we get more constellations for you. I was never able to get more than C1 for you on my other accounts. It was so sad. I actually wanted to build Kaya. I really like the idea of just rolling around with Sayu with a bunch of AoE besides me and then just killing everything. But I was never able to do that because... reasons. RNG. Oh yeah. The team composition screen is different. That's something new that we didn't have when I first started Genshin.
Let me show you how the Knights of Favonius conquer our adversaries.
Yeah, look at this. Look at all the textures in the background. It's literally just a pile of like shiny stuff. It's literally just shading. There's almost no textures. It's all just shading. It makes it look really good, but
What's the hurry?
what is this?
If I'm not mistaken, the end of the temple should be up there.
Wait, how do you know?
Experience. The kind of experience you get after years of dealing with things like this for others.
And he gets cut off. Hello, friends. Oh.
Pew pew!
Pew pew. Oh, I already got a shield character. I forgot about Diona. She doesn't count. It's fine.
What's the hurry?
Remember Shatter? Oh, I forgot. Remember Shatter? Remember the elemental reaction Shatter?
Seem to have a vision.
Who plays Shatter now?
So
Nobody.
how exactly is it that you're able to channel elemental energy?
Nobody plays Shatter anymore. That's so sad. I hope that changes when we get Soritza. There's so many like mechanics that used to be in the game that people actually try to engage with, and now they don't. It's just gone because it's just not good enough anymore. Nobody plays Shatter anymore. There's just too many overpowered mechanics in the game that you can engage with, like Bloom, Dendro reactions, Super Bloom, Hyper Bloom, Catalyze, Aggravate. What's the other one? Spread. And then you can freeze this, right? It's kind of weird because there's no water. I don't know.
Leave it all to me.
Dodge this.
Dodge this.
Yeah! Ah, finally, we're here.
Seems the path ends here. Let's use the wind currents to fly up.
Oh. Whee! I'm very glad I got to experience this again. I think this was a very good choice instead of just continuing to grind my new account, my old account, which I'm still gonna do, by the way.
Alright! Ha! I'm here. Scratch!
Maybe I should have done this earlier. Oh, I can do this. Remember when environments actually helped you beat things?
Water! We can use this to put out fire.
They kind of abandoned that as well.
Good idea. That's some keen observation. We should get Jean to give you a
Abandoned,
title to make you a
abandoned.
knight.
Every mechanic was abandoned. All for the sake of gacha and power. A lot of people say, I do agree that Genshin Impact has relatively little power creep, but the kinds of power creep that do exist in this game kind of trivialize a lot of the basic parts of this game, like traversal, like interacting with the environment, that sort of stuff. They provided too many like easy ways to interact with the game. I feel like they need to. I feel like the reason why people like Fontaine swimming is the fact they kind of dialed it back. They dialed back the amount of things that you could do to trivialize the game because you couldn't use your usual abilities
Did you know?
underwater.
Storm
It
Terror was
leveled
once one of
even.
the four winds.
It kind of leveled the playing field.
I'm not aware of the exact details. If you're interested, you can ask the acting Grand Master about it.
You can't just like one-shot everything underwater. You can't just use your Yelan or Scaradouche to go through all the different puzzles. That's why going underwater feels good in Fontaine, other than the fact that it looks cool. Gameplay-wise, it definitely has some some benefits to it.
Is that the thing that Storm Terror is using to gain its power?
Sure.
Seems probable. Bravo! What a performance. You are, to my surprise, a well-trained knight. The battles you just fought were sights to behold.
Thanks, buddy.
I see you already have the knightly virtue of modesty. Stories of your heroic deeds to save Mondstadt from destruction shall be known throughout the City of Freedom, well into the future.
Sure.
Please do visit me at our headquarters when you have the time. I also know a lovely tavern.
Wouldn't it be cool?
That's more your thing.
Wouldn't it be cool if we had an arc in Genshin
Quite
Impact
rewarding.
where we went back with our
It's
current
just
character
another temple
to
from
the
Storm
original
Terror's past.
Genshin like start of the game?
I can take
Maybe
care
in a
of
kind of
the
a
rest.
dream
You
or
will
some kind
take
of
care of
other
other
realm
things
or
while I'm
you know
at it.
a different universe. And then we could use all of our powers to play through the original part of the
There's
game.
no
And
way
all of the
Hilly
characters
Churls
in the beginning of the
organized an
game are
ambush
like,
like this
holy shit, how are you so
Not
powerful?
with their limited mental capacity.
I don't know, maybe that would be cool.
Thus you were behind this.
And yeah, the cutscenes back in the day were just as good as the ones now.
Knights
I will
of
give them
Favonius,
that.
Always so inefficient.
The cinematography
Agree
was
to
on
disagree,
point.
But your involvement in this just made things a whole lot more interesting.
Party setup. Oh, I see. No, you're not going in my party. That ain't happening. View tutorials. I don't need to do that. Shop. No. I'm going to avoid you as if my life depended on it. None of this shit. Uh-uh. Okay, so we have to go all the way over there now. Wow. What are the characters that give you movement abilities? I need to make a list so that I can avoid them. Scaramouche, Yelan. What else? Sayu. Even cutscene would allow me to move differently.
No one escapes my sight.
Dodged.
Look at you, Boo Down.
I'll keep this close.
I remember drowning here. Like, I would literally walk into the water and drown. I think it was over here somewhere. Wait, it's actually kind of shallow. I remember drowning around here. I don't know why. Oh, we got ducks. Falcon Coast. I think another reason why this game was more fun in the beginning is because we had a less of an idea of how big the world was. You know, Did you guys know that when I finished the first Archon quest, the first part of the Archon quest, where we defeated Mondstadt, I thought that was the entire game because I couldn't imagine there being more to the game that was already this big. And then I went to the forums to check because I didn't realize that Liyue was there, and they told me that that was essentially the prologue. My mind was blown. It blew my fucking mind. It was just that a free-to-play game could have this much content was unthinkable to me at that point. And off you go.
As a good knight should.
Really, I don't think people understand just how, I wouldn't say innovative, but how groundbreaking Genshin Impact was when it first came out. It was definitely one of a
A
kind.
little dusty.
I wouldn't say that Honkai Star Rail is a bad game. It's definitely not a bad game, but it doesn't have that same like groundbreaking nature that Genshin did when it first came out. And I don't think it was just because of COVID. A lot of people put the success of Genshin Impact down to just COVID. Yes, it did play a large part in it, but I don't think it was like the determining point, the determining aspect of how popular Genshin Impact became. I think even without COVID, Genshin Impact will be decently popular.
Windblade!
I'm a rock. So glittery.
Oh yeah, I don't have a Hydro character, do I? What are the free characters you can get now in the Spiral Abyss? It's Calais, right? You can get a Calais. Wait, I can't climb up this thing. See, if this was on my new account, I would just fly up there with Scaramouche. And the first time you do this, when you fly up so high into the air, this was another mind-breaking moment. Like, wow. Sounding 2? Just wow. Just look at this. All that shit. What is that? Is that the Tower of Dvalin over there? What am I looking at? Yes, I think that's the Tower of Dvalin. Over there. That's the Tower of Dvalin. And I don't know what that is. What is that in the background next to Dvalin? What is that thing? That's Fontaine. I can see Fontaine from here. Those are the water cubes. Look at that. That's the water cube behind that mountain. So behind... Oh, I don't think that's Dvalin's tower. I think that's a Fortress of Meropide. That might be the Fortress of Meropide instead of Dvalin's tower. And that thing, I'm not sure what that thing is. It's kind of weird though how the mountains disappear depending on how you look at it, from which angle. I guess it's just how it's trying to call the amount of objects in the game. So that makes sense. It is a tiny bit weird though, because you're looking at it directly and you see how that mountain just disappears, and then you have to shift the camera around so that it appears again. Which of Meropide is underwater? Well, there's a giant tower. I haven't gotten to that part of the story yet. Yeah. And I think that might be Sumeru. And of course there's nothing over there. Just wow. Unbelievable game. Absolutely unbelievable. This is just incredible.
Hey Hey, cutie. You're going to help me out too? How kind of you. Don't hesitate to come to me if you need anything.
Oh, I will. What kind of things does the librarian do? Why would a librarian be at the ruins?
Good question. Well, because Jean trusts me. So you should as well.
Oh yeah, Xiangli is a free character. I forgot. You get her at the end of... At the start of the leader quest, don't you? I forgot. I'm not sure when you get it. Is it in Spiral Abyss? Or is it just part of the main story? I don't know. It's kind of crazy how they gave you one of the best characters as like a default character. That's nuts.
I guess I could give this a go.
Just another early Genshin thing. When they didn't understand how the combat system worked. They are the Mondstadt port and the Snezhnaya. They recently added the mountains like 15 days ago. Oh,
Paimon, are you able to float across?
Can't do much even if she does.
Good point. Let's ride this wind current, shall we?
people forget how good old Genshin was. I'm surprised that streamers like Tectone never did a new account. I know that Mtash did a new account, and then he eventually broke the game again. But I'm surprised that other big streamers like Tectone never did a second account. Or maybe they did and they didn't just... I just don't know about it. But it feels like he's always playing on his whale account. You get selling after floor 4? Okay.
Leave it to me.
Yeah. She's so weak. Even back in the day, she was weak. That wasn't me imagining things. She was weak, and she is still weak. Lisa was never that good of a character. Even when I first started this game, her normals always felt really awkward.
It's an electro monument.
Yes, I can see that.
No wonder. Let me try to activate it with a bit of electro power. Stand back, sweeties. You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer.
Remember the overload mechanic?
You're in
Wasn't
for
that
a little
cool?
shock.
Wasn't that cool?
Steady as stone. Pew pew.
You've been a naughty boy.
If Tectone did a free-to-play, he actually had to learn rotations, which he made fun of, saying, "Who are these nerds who learn rotations?" So no wonder he didn't get a free-to-play account. I don't know. He's played games like Dark Souls and Elden Ring. I haven't even finished Elden Ring yet. So who am I to say he's a bad player? But yeah, it does feel like he has avoided it. He has avoided one of the most basic like things you could do as a Genshin streamer to make the game more fun. I'm actually surprised by myself that I didn't do this sooner.
Come a little closer.
Like I just didn't feel that motivated to play this game over again.
When
But it
comes
is
to
really
red
fun.
onions, I've got them covered.
This might be the most fun I've had with Genshin for like, since maybe Inazuma. I would highly recommend people just play this game again.
Leave it all to me.
It is... People weren't imagining how good this game was. This game was extremely good. Especially when you weren't overpowered as fuck.
Oh, another wind current. Let's ride it up from here.
I will say though, people underestimate underestimate the difficulty of this game. Like Necrit took like what? 10 months? He started playing this game in January, and he spent like what, 500, at least $500. I would say 500 to maybe $600 US dollars on this game. And he only beat Spiral Abyss, one of the easiest Spiral Abysses so far,
Steady
only
as
recently.
stone. Can't handle your dream. Huh, sketchy.
Although to be fair, he is kind of shit at it. So he could have probably done it earlier if he looked at some guides.
He'd come a little closer.
I like how the large Hydro Strime is supposed to be the boss.
Surrendering will be gentle.
As a dutiful maid would.
Chain lightning can be set off between electro-charged opponents. The electrical discharge caused by friction is only... Oh, you want to know about this gem? You're kidding. You're seriously asking? This is a vision. It's used by the Chosen to draw on elemental powers. In terms of mysticism, I suppose you could call it a magical lightning rod.
I really hated MTash because he changed the definition of free-to-play when Techno was still playing. For the longest time, MTash account was taken as baseline for a free-to-play player, but it was a high-end account. Well, he got very lucky, right? That's the thing. It had nothing to do with him being high-end or whatever. He just got very lucky. Didn't he get like C1 Ganyu? He got like Ganyu and her signature weapon right from the very start.
Level of reasonable intelligence? No.
That's OP as fuck.
After all, hilly trills aren't exactly known for their smarts.
I do have most of the characters
And
in this
you-
game, by the way.
You're more or less qualified
So
to be a magistrate.
it's gonna be interesting to play this game again with characters I didn't have in the first place.
The thought of putting my feet up and relaxing has me all fired up.
I wonder what characters I should get to actually came from. There are new characters, of course. I will try to get new
Dragon of
characters,
the East, Lion of the South, Wolf of the North.
but they're going to be hard
Falcon of the
to
West.
develop
They are the
because
four
I'm
winds
so
of
early in the
Mondstadt,
game.
affiliated with Barbados, the god of Anima.
So
The
I want to
Dragon
try
of
to
the
get
East,
Hu Tao.
Storm Terror. Its real name is Dvalin. Though
Nice.
most in Mondstadt seem to have forgotten that in all this
I never
Storm
played Hu
Terror
Tao.
business.
I never got Hu Tao
So
in my
now
original
you know why
account.
Dvalin is only able to channel 3 of the 4 winds' power. Because it has been consuming itself from the beginning.
Why? Why would it go to such lengths?
Because of hatred, I presume.
Hatred?
Hatred for Mondstadt. Hatred drove it to become something more powerful than the wind itself. To become Storm Terror.
But why would one of the 4 winds hate the city it was supposed to protect?
As a child of Mondstadt, it's something that's really hard to say aloud. Here, take this. It's a very old story.
This
from
game
more
had
than a century
so
ago.
much less dialogue in the very beginning too. Compare how much more dialogue that we have now in Genshin Impact. Every single scene takes forever to go through. Whereas in the beginning it was just like, oh, go here, go there, get this chest, kill that thing, destroy that rock. Yep. And now we're in visual novel land. I'm not bitter at all, by the way. No bitterness here. I like how we got Lisa, but we immediately cut to a cutscene. This is another part where this game was kind of jank back in the day. Yeah, and does it again. Did you hear that? We got Lisa back then, and then we got Lisa again right now because we didn't get to see the actual animation. They actually triggered twice. That animation actually triggered twice.
Well, all that lay, flow, and elemental line stuff Lisa was going on about should hopefully be back to normal. Wanna go back and see how the knights are doing? But if you got anything more interesting to do, Paimon can come too. By the way, we obtained another Animalculus in one of the 4 Winds temples, right?
I never noticed, sorry.
We might come across more of them in the future, so don't forget to offer them to the statues.
You know, I really enjoyed I really thought Enkanomiya had some of the greatest lore in the game. Prologue Act 1 complete. For Tomorrow Without Tears, available at Adventure Rank 10. Oh my god, I forgot. There's so much level gating in this game. I forgot. Ooh. Adventure Rank 15. I loved Enkanomiya, but I will say this. Enkanomiya was when I felt like this game started to becoming less casual. And I think it changed the trajectory of this game in a way that very much surprised me. People still didn't have more than 5 limited 5-star characters, 5 limited star characters, and Spiral Abyss was hard for free-to-plays, but MTash somewhat changed the fact because with how much ease he completed Abyss with Ganyu and John Lee. Well, he got lucky. That's the thing. He got lucky. Dendro changed that fact, and now anyone can clear Abyss without 5 stars. That's true, but they also made the Spiral Abyss cycles harder with Consecrated Beasts. And I don't feel like Dendro is actually that much, better for Consecrated Beasts than the other elements. Yes, you can do Hyper Loyal, that is true, but it's not like that much better. Because Consecrated Beasts have so many, like, resistances. Especially the Dendro, like, tiger thingy that you fight has, like, it has, like, 40% Dendro resistance, or 60%, I forgot.
The aroma is coming from Good Hunter.
And I feel like the thing that they're gonna do with Fontaine is the same. I think eventually they're gonna release enemies that require Numa and Usia so much that you're gonna be forced to use Fontaine characters, no matter what.
Paimon's made up her mind.
Unless you have like C4 or C6 characters up the wazoo.
Ourselves a generous serving of fisherman's toast from Good Hunter, pronto. It's
Without
on
5
you, of
stars,
course.
not to imply that it wasn't possible earlier, but it was too damn easy with 5 stars, and now that gap has reduced, I believe. Yeah, it has definitely. The amount of, effort you have to give, or luck you have to have to complete Spiral Abyss, especially in the early, like, Point X series of patches, that is very doable. Just go look at
You
Necrit.
can try cooking it yourself if you have the ingredients.
He barely understands how the combat system in this game works, but he is able to do 36-star Spiral Abyss.
Why,
But that is going
I
to change
would
if he
love
doesn't
to be
spend
a
money
personal taster.
on future characters like
You let me down.
Farina. If you don't have Farina, I bet you 100% the future Spiral Abysses after 4.2 is going to be hell on earth for you to do. About Storm Terror, how can I help you? Business has really taken a turn for the worse ever since Storm Terror appeared. Nobody's in the mood to eat. Even those customers who do show up do nothing but sigh and moan. But I suppose that's normal. I just hope that all this will be over soon. Oh yeah, NPCs also had phase-specific dialogue. Because if you ask after Storm Terror has been defeated, then of course this is going to be different dialogue. And Honkai Star Rail has a lot of this actually. Tell me, are there any events happening as of late? There happens to be a salad tasting event going on now. Here we go. If you like it, you can always visit me again. What did I get? It's just a salad. Here's the menu. Okay, this is completely useless for me. Talk to Catherine for more details. What is this? Interesting. Yeah, I made a video in the past about Dendro decreasing the barrier to Spiral Abyss. I wonder what video that was. I have to go check again. I forgot which one that was. It's probably not very important. But it is interesting to see what I said in the past. Yeah.
Take a look.
It was this
There will
video.
definitely be something that catches your eye.
It was my video on... Genshin Impact is the best live service game. I stated in this video that new player experiences would be quite different from old player experiences because of gacha. Easy can be good.
Haven't you heard?
Genshin's great
There's
strength.
a strange
Do I still like
robbery near
Genshin? New player experience. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna listen to myself talk again. Just wait a minute. Let's see. What Giga 5 brain idea did I have? There are some possible reasons for why this has occurred, and some of them might not be as apparent to older players who have been playing this game the entire time. For example, the game does objectively give players more currency than before, but it's not going to be as noticeable for older players. The game is bigger, there are more places to explore, more quests to complete, more chests to find, and as a result, the initial pool of finite currency has also increased. With the release of the latest and probably Holy last region shit. Sumeru, the open world portion of Genshin Impact has more than tripled in Big. size since the game first launched in 3.6, and we're now 2020. in 4.1. In addition, as of version 3.5, completing Archon quests, which are the main story quests of Genshin, rewards the player with pulls as well. Veteran players who had already completed all the Archon quests immediately received another 20 pulls, while new players receive one with every quest. It's not a lot, but combined with the new content, it does add up. Both the amount of playable currency and content that are available to new players now have substantially increased compared to 2 years ago. New players are not experiencing the same content droughts or currency droughts nearly as fast as veterans once did. True. And with each new patch, the absolute amount of content and currency keeps increasing. The game has also fundamentally changed in terms of its meta since 1.0.
What you
I
said.
would even go as far as to say that the game new players are experiencing now is a fundamentally different experience than prior to the 3.0 Sumeru patch. I am specifically talking about the release of Dendro, the formerly missing element in Genshin's 7-element combat system. Dendro's elemental reactions created new ways for players to play their characters. Entire rosters of characters became much more viable over the course of Sumeru's patches as more Dendro characters came out. Characters that were once considered low tier like Kuting or mid tier like Yai suddenly became some of the best units in the game. Characters that were always good like Raiden, Shogun, and Fischl became even better. I don't think it was possible that for anyone to just reliably predict prior to Dendro's release just how powerful the new elemental reactions would be and how they made a much larger portion of Genshin's entire roster viable. Yes, you could use the same characters prior to Dendro to clear the same content, but the ease with which that task can be completed now is incomparable. The amount of investment both in time and effort has decreased. From experience, veteran players also have a much greater understanding of how MiHoYo balances characters with future content such as artifact sets and weapons. There are still characters that are more powerful than others. However, the same pressure to pull for the right characters to reliably clear the same content is much less pronounced. Characters that were good back in 1.0 have remained good more often than not into present times. Some players even call this reverse power creep, where older characters continue to outshine newer ones. There are a couple of exceptions like Venti and Geo or physical DPS characters that just never got the buff they needed to put them on par with the rest of the cast. But these are definitely in the minority, and even they are still viable in certain situations. While players will continue to factor in power levels when deciding who to pull for, the chance of getting an unusable character in the current meta is no longer a real consideration. Genshin Impact provides very limited So yeah, what I said. That's basically what I said. Well, I wonder what background music I used for this, because this is like 54 minutes long. Simple that is to another gacha game like Arknights. What music? Choosing music for Genshin Impact for Honkai Star Rail content is so much harder because Honkai Star Rail has a lot more battle music. Genshin Impact has way more chill music. So whatever I did for whatever music I used for this video was literally, the first thing I could find after doing a Google or YouTube search. Yeah, there was literally no thought put into it. I think I typed in chill Genshin music and I put on the first thing I found. Anyways, that was fun. That video took me a week to make. Maybe not even a week. I think it was 2 weeks because the dialogue, the script for that was what? It was insanely long. It was like 13 pages. Okie doke. One interesting thing is that it doesn't lag when I press the audio button. My current account, when I go into my current account, when I press the audio button, it actually lags. I wonder if that has to do with how many characters I have and how much content I have in the game. Compared to this new account. Yeah, maybe it has something to do with the engine. I don't know. Every time I hear somebody say something about the engine, how it's holding a game back, it's probably wrong. Okay. That's done. It's that birthday. I'm gonna set it to day, right? What's today's date? It's October 10th. I started at 1, right? So October 10th. October 10th, you will not be able to change this date. So I immediately get my birthday cake. This is the Sumeru version, right? Cake of Traveler. Yeah. Nice. I skipped out because of my on one of the days that I was supposed to get the cake. I didn't log in. I literally didn't log in, so I couldn't get it. And now on my original account, I only have 2 cakes, even though I've been playing this game for 3 years. Right, still not enough. Is there anything I can do to speed up my Primo Gem farming? History of Kings. Don't these things go into my backlog or my archive, whatever it's called? Get to AR 10, more standard polls. Oh, I see, I see. What is my current AR? Adventure rank 7. How do I do that? Talk to Catherine? Okay. I forgot how to play this game.
Hey, there's a lady over there waving to you.
I wonder when people realized she was a
Come and see what
robot.
she wants.
How long did it take for people to come up with a theory that Catherine was a
Welcome
robot?
to the Adventurers Guild. Actually, I have had my eye on you for a long time.
You've had your eye on him, eh? Has she been causing some mischief?
Oh, that is not what I meant at all. Being on the lookout for great adventurers is part of my job. When I look at you, I see one with the potential to rival the great adventurers of legends.
Paimon sees it too. Paimon always feels safe adventuring with him.
Nevertheless, to the adventurer, experience is far more precious than potential. You must accumulate
Catherine's
adventure
dad be
experience
cooking
to
in the
increase your
bed.
adventure rank.
Same child every
Time is of
day.
the essence. Allow me to brief you on.
Wait,
What
are
the
you
fuck?
saying we're like official adventurers now?
Do not worry. The Adventurers Guild does not charge a membership fee or impose any kind of duties on its members. In short, there are lots of benefits, but no drawbacks to becoming a member.
Sweet. Alright then.
Basically, the Adventurers Guild rewards you every time your adventure rank increases. Here is a new member's gift for you. You will need to return here to claim rewards in the future.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean. So what happens at adventure rank 10? I get this shitty sword. Remember when we got sword, when we got weapons for adventure ranks? Jesus Christ. This thing is so shit. Physical damage bonus. Ugh. Disgusting. You get a meal too. What?
Without further ado, please allow me to officially welcome you, our new avid adventurer.
There's
into the
no
guild.
lip syncing, I forgot.
Here is your adventurer handbook.
This looks more like a marketing
It is,
pamphlet.
in a way, but it has some practical uses too. It has a
Yo,
record of
Radica.
available commissions and rewards.
Nice to see everybody
And
here.
it is also proof of your membership. Oh,
I'm having a
and
great
one more
time.
thing.
This game is so
Sometimes you will
fun.
find
I forgot how
yourself
fun
stuck at a
Genshin
certain
Impact
adventure
is.
rank. When this happens,
I'm
you
so
must
excited to play
perform
this game
some
again.
impressive feats to gain further
If you have
recognition
not
from
played
the
this
guild.
game since the
Impressive
since you very
feats.
started the very first time,
Sounds like hazing to
I would
me.
go back and try it out
There are
again. Like
several
there are
specific
things about to this
adventures that
game
allow
from the
you
very
to
start
ascend to the
that
next
are definitely
adventure
different
rank
from
on
how the game has
completion.
developed now.
Ascension adventures, if you will. But
Wait.
that will come later. Opportunities
That
to
sword
win
in physical
recognition
Kaya
will
carried
come
me
as you
through
gain
early
more
game.
adventure
Ah,
experience.
Jesus.
That will do for today.
I never
We'll
liked
have
that
plenty
sword,
of
and I never
chances
used
to meet
Kaya.
again in the future.
Physical Kaya is
Astra
so...
Abyssosk,
I
adventurer.
don't know. Physical Kaya is...
With effort,
It's
you
hilarious.
shall reach the stars
It's cope.
and conquer the abyss.
Conqueror of the Abyss? What do you mean Conqueror of the Abyss? We haven't even gone to the Abyss after 3 years. What do you mean,
Ad Astra Abyssosk.
Catherine?
Welcome to the Adventurers Guild.
Catherine? What do you mean? Who are you? Oh, there's no voiceover. Never mind. I don't care now. The Adventurers Guild is open for business all year round. What does the Adventurers Guild do? The Adventure Guild is an organization that was set up to support all of Teyvat's adventurers all across the 7 nations. We provide a platform to help newcomers adjust to the adventurous lifestyle. Also support... Oh shit, I forgot. The autoplay is way too fast still. That's something that has not changed since the very start. Blah. Yeah. So why did I restart? Well, one, I was planning on doing this from the very beginning. I wanted to experience the game over again for a variety of reasons. One is that I just like this game, so why not start over? Number two is that I've gotten too strong in my current account. I can destroy every single Spiral Abyss. There is not much like progress anymore, which is fine because I can just save up for the characters I want, like Farina. That's not like a bad thing. But I plan on playing this game in a very specific way now. I don't plan on pulling for any characters that will let me trivialize the game's combat or trivialize the game's exploration. I won't be getting any exploration-oriented characters. No Yelan, no Scaramouche, no Sayu, no Katsing. None of the characters that will allow me to just not do the mechanics. I don't want to do that anymore. Because I feel like I appreciate the game more when I, actually play the game. It's more worth it if you restarting the game reach Snezhnaya, in my opinion. What do you mean? I'm not starting the game over at Snezhnaya. That's way too far away. That's like, what, 2 years away? At least two to 3 years away. That's too far. I'm starting the game over now because today I get extra rewards for starting today. That's actually the reason why I started yesterday. It's because I wanted to get all the rewards for the anniversary stuff. So that was one reason. Yay, more stuff. And I've been having a blast over the past 2 hours. I've been like talking my ass off because I'm really enjoying this game, believe it or not. Like, can you imagine that and enjoying Genshin Impact? Like, what kind of loser does that? Kazu? What do you mean Kazu? Oh, Kazuha, yeah. I don't think... Oh, yeah, you're right. I forgot about Kazuha. I don't even consider Kazuha and Venti to be, like traveling exploration characters anymore. Because Scaramouche just power creeps everything they do. Right? That's really sad, actually. I don't even think about Venti and Kazuha anymore because of how good Scaramouche is. Jesus Christ, there has been power creep in this game. I just kind of don't remember it. Hello there, Alfred. What's your problem? Have you ever met someone who looks like me? I know about you. You're the Outlander who just arrived in Mondstadt, right? I've had my eye on you since your arrival. So you mean to say that there is another person like you, another traveler from a faraway land? How strange to think that there were people in Teyvat who I had no knowledge of. I'd like to ask you about something. Ask away. Helping guild members is also our duty. Tell me about the Ventures Guild. At Astra Abyssosque. What? It's more like utility creep than power creep here. Yeah. I feel like that utility creep has probably made the game less fun for me compared to power creep in terms of meta combat. Like, meta combat just affects how easy you kill things, but utility creep actually makes you experience the world less because you don't pay as much attention to the world when you can just traverse all over the place without a care in the world. Right? You don't even have to do the mechanics anymore. Roughly speaking, we are a hub for adventurous friends who resolve all kinds of troubles for the people or organizations. We need to put food on the table, of course, so there will be rewards for completing missions. Catherine at reception takes care of visitors. Since you're interested, please pay them a visit. People are saying that Farina can walk on water, another utility creep. Yeah, that is another utility creep. I don't know if I'm gonna get Farina on this account. I think I'm gonna go for Harbingers on this account instead. I'm gonna get Arlecchino, of course. I think that's gonna be the first major character I save for, Arlecchino. Who else? Arlecchino. I want to get Hu Tao. I want to try to get a Hu Tao on this account. Wait, I can do polls. What about now? Oh, I need 92 more Genesis crystals or Primogems, whatever it's called. The art of cooking. Good on the outskirts of Mondstadt. Then Richard Lin wants me to do a thing. Have any of you guys ever had a second account, though? I was just talking about how surprising Techno has never... As far as I know, Techno has never created a second account, a free-to-play one, exchange for Stardust. Don't poll. Nah, I don't think so. I'm gonna poll. Fuck it. Stardust Exchange, let's go. Wait, I can do this instead. $412 Genesis crystals. Okay, I won't pull. I will save up my standard pulls to do this thingy-mabob. You're right, Wiratica. You're smart. I'm dumb.
What should I... Oh, are you travelers from around here
Try to
as well?
hold in this account. It feels good if you have 300 plus intertwined fates. Maybe.
No, we just happened to be passing
Maybe.
by.
Maybe not.
What
I see. Welcome,
That sounds like a
travelers.
very smart idea, but I'm not a very smart person. I'm
Lynn,
also
the
not a very
survival
good...
expert of the
I'm also
Adventurers
not
Guild.
very good at holding off on
As you can
things.
see, I'm experimenting with some new recipes.
That is actually a fault I have in real life as well. I just, like, I act on impulse a lot.
Eat
And I have
before
this
you
urge
go.
to just...
The first rule
just-
in the Wilderness Survival Guide.
I have an urge to buy things.
Picnic? Oh, Paimon just loves picnics. My travel partner here is good at cooking as well.
That's right. I love cooking too. Actually, you know, cooking is kind of useless in Genshin now.
Oh, there's a cooking pot
Except for
right
the
there.
one or two times during
Show me what
events
you
where you
got.
actually need to use your potions.
It's good to have someone to practice with. There are some mushrooms and meat in the barrel over there. Try making a chicken mushroom skewer for me.
I forgot how good Mondstadt looked. Have you ever noticed that? Mondstadt looks amazing. This place looks so idyllic. Like, let's be real. Mondstadt might be very basic looking, but when you first enter the game and you look at Mondstadt, just all of these wide open plains, the, you know, the castle-like structure in the background, the giant tree, and now you can even see all of Dragonspine. I couldn't do that when I first started the game. And now I also saw like Fontaine. When you go up in the air, all the way up in the sky, look off into the distance, you can actually see Fontaine now. Holy shit. This game has come such a long way. I want to make a video about how I recommend this game
Is
to
it
new
done?
players.
Let me try.
Uh-oh.
Now that's really tasty. You are indeed gifted.
Paimon told you so.
With your culinary skills, you should try more difficult dishes.
Uh-oh, she's starting to sound like the current Paimon.
Oh, I've got some raw ingredients in my bag. Have them in return for this meal.
Can we really have them? Won't you run out of ingredients?
Okay, I can see the transitioning happening as Paimon becomes current Paimon
That's okay.
as we play
you
the
should be
game.
able to find lots of ingredients when exploring the wilderness. Don't forget to look carefully. There's also a restaurant in Mondstadt known as Good Hunter that sells food and ingredients. Go have a look when you've got the time.
Okay, thank you for the info. Hey, leave some chicken mushroom skewers for Paimon.
Also, today is Leyline Blossom. Okay, so that's basically just dailies. Amazing! I have unlocked the most repetitive part of Genshin Impact, doing ley lines. Amazing. I'm so excited to do 100 bajillion ley lines. Who are you, friend? Sansa. Perfect timing, listen to this. Good evening, ladies, and... Still can't do it. As soon as it's a performance, my stammer just gets out of control. Stammer. I'm practicing for my first ever performance. I'm so nervous. You know, the characters, the NPCs in Mondstadt don't look bad. I definitely don't think that the NPCs look inferior to the new ones. Okay, maybe the ones in Fontaine look a lot better. You know, that one or two, like, women who has the hat thing going on for them. And they got all these frills. But aside from that, they don't look bad. I've never noticed this because I kind of just ignored all of the NPCs in Mondstadt when I first started the game. But they do have some style going on for them. But as soon as I'm aware that I'm performing, I get all tense and tongue-tied. But I've always dreamed of doing this. I've got to keep trying. Tell me more about your dream. My parents were extremely resistant to the idea of me becoming a bard. They said there'd be no job security whatsoever. They were hoping I might be an academic, but my research skills are dire. Those were the days when they locked me in my room and forced me to study. The only joy I got was from hearing the birds sing outside the window. That got me interested, and then after I grew up, I just wanted to become a bard. Even if it meant falling out with my parents, I had to give it a try. This is the path I chose, and I will find a way to around any obstacles in my way. Even the stammer, I know I can do it. See, it's so optimistic. Early Genshin was so optimistic. It's just like, you can do anything. This whimsical world is for you. This world is for you to live out your dreams. And then you get to Economia, and it's like, okay, so we have these children. They were used as sacrifices. They were like ruled by a tyrant governor. Everything sucked. Wait, what? What the fuck is this? Wait, what? What's going on? Is there a timer? Oh shit. I failed. Yeah. Okay, I remember doing this. I think I succeeded the first time too, back in the day. So maybe I've... See, this is what I mean by not interacting with the world anymore. I was literally better at exploring the world back in the day than I am now. Because I literally don't have to do that anymore. Cool. That's what I'm talking about.
Answer from this world?
Also, hearing voice lines for the Traveler is so nice because I don't use the Traveler anymore. We still can't pet the cats. What the fuck? Hello, friend. Do you have dialogue? Aramis. Aramis. Hello. Any suspicious activity to report? Are you on patrol? Yes, I'm responsible for security in the vicinity of the cathedral. I patrol the stairs in front of the cathedral's entrance. I am proud to have this job because I have to get to guard the Nemo Archon statue, but I must say, these stairs are taking their toll on my knees. I shudder to think whether I'll be able to keep doing this in 10 years' time. And then we have the usual old NPCs. Look, they're old. You know they're old because they have, like, you know, some lines on their face. Like 2 lines on their face. And there's like 2 lines around their mouth. That means they're old. Hello, Ember. What AR am I at? AR 8.
Hey, Traveler! I've been looking for you everywhere. How's that wind glider I gave you last time?
Pretty good.
Seems like it's really growing on you. But then again, you don't have a gliding license, do you?
A gliding license? What's that?
Isn't it obvious? You gotta have a gliding license to legally glide in Mondstadt.
Oh.
I wish they had developed gliding more.
We've been gliding for ages now.
This seems like a weird
We've heard
complaint.
about it.
But I feel like they should have introduced more types of gliding. Instead of just
Yeah,
a device that
you've been
let
gliding
us
all
glide
over the
faster.
place. Everyone's noticed.
But I guess that would erase the need for Scaredouche.
So
So,
you came
it makes sense why they
looking
didn't
for
do
us because
that.
You want to give us a gliding license?
No way! The Knights of Favonius have strict rules. You need to pass an exam, and only then will the Knights issue your license.
Oh man, we should have had this for Fontaine as well, except for diving. We never really did that. Oh my god. It was just so immersive because you get to take a gliding license and then you
Today,
learn about the
I'm here as
mechanics
an
of gliding.
examiner
But
to
in
oversee
Fontaine,
your official
you
gliding
just
exam.
reach Fontaine, you talk to the statue, and then you immediately start diving. It feels good to listen to old Paimon back when she didn't sound like a dying toad. Well, she's transitioning. Okay, it's gonna happen.
I gave you your wing glider, so this is my responsibility. At least that's what acting Grandmaster Jean would say.
Man, to be honest, I kind of want Hoyo reworked Mondstadt, Liu, and Inazuma city design after seeing Fontaine. Those cities are so bad. I feel like it's cozy. There is a kind of attraction to these kind of small areas, okay? I I like how the new cities look, but they do feel more complex and less inviting compared to all these like little cozy small spaces.
An exam? What a pain in the butt.
And I definitely don't think it would have
Then
been good for
again,
new
since
players
Amber is the examiner.
to see all of this like imagine if you just went into the game and the first thing you see is the Sumeru tree. You're like, oh my god, I have no idea what I'm doing. I just went into the tree. I can't find my way out. What's going on? We might get more stuff when we get Port Dorman, and then we'll get, you know, apparently the Port Dorman is gonna be funny when we get to Port Dorman, and it's literally bigger than all of Mondstadt combined because of how much they've leveled up in terms of, you know, the scale of design for Genshin's, you know, environments. It's fine, I can do this. Like, let's be honest, even the port, I forgot what the port is called. Port Ormos in Sumeru. Even Port Ormos is bigger than Mondstadt City. It's fun, I can do this. You can really tell how much more budget they have compared to what they first designed when they first started this game.
I'm sure you'll glide through it.
Port Ormos is bigger than Mondstadt.
I mean, the whole city saw how well you flew the day that Storm Terror attacked, so I'm sure you'll have no problem.
Maybe not in terms of like how many kilometers there are in expanse and diameter, but in terms of verticality and amount of spaces you explore, it is definitely bigger than Mondstadt.
And glide properly. Here, take this gliding manual. No need to memorize it. Just be familiar with everything in there. For example, only one person per wing glider. No carrying anything over the set weight limit. No taking off using an animo slime, and so on and so forth. Anyway, be sure to read it, okay? I had to read a load of big, thick books too when Lisa was teaching me magic.
Wow, that's a big old book.
And then the book turned out to be a storybook.
We best get started.
That's such a cool way to introduce the story too, because we got a
Great.
cutscene
Come
with the
find me when you're
storybook,
done.
didn't
I'll
we?
be at Windrise.
I remember that. Oh my god. So nostalgic.
The Knights of Favonius gliding manual does not sound like a fun read.
I can't believe how much time has passed since I started this game too. And I've logged in almost every single day. I've maybe missed 2 weeks of login time. Maybe at most 2 to 3 weeks in terms of how many days I've skipped playing Genshin Impact during the dailies since 3 years ago. Isn't that crazy? Well, I guess I'd better get started. Man, my money are wasted to buy Welcome. The next skin they release is Ganyu skin, Xingqiu skin.
When the first wisp of wind brushed across the land, birds that yearned for the sky had wings, but no way to fly. They asked the animal god, "How can we reach the heavens?" To which the animal god replied, "You have yet to find that which is most important." As the god spoke, the wind thrust the seeds of a dandelion high into the sky. The birds thrust out their wings, but the breeze was all too mild, leaving them to stumble across the earth.
Isn't that the rumor?
To the gorge,
They're going to release John Lee, Chi-Chi,
wild and incomparable
Xingqiu.
strength. They threw themselves off the cliff and flapped their wings amongst the
and Ganyu.
howling winds.
Those are the 4 skins we're getting this year, right?
Able to fly freely in the sky.
So we will be getting John Lee skin at some point,
To the
but maybe
animal
not
god we
in
went
4.4.
to gleefully say, "We understand now. All we needed was a stronger wind to fly." In reply, the animal god said, "What you lacked was not wind.
You can totally see
but
how people thought
courage.
Venti was
It's
gonna be a girl.
courage that has allowed you to become the first
Like, he does look
flying
like a girl.
birds of this world."
Especially in this cutscene. This cutscene is so iconic.
That's a cool story. But is the Knight's gliding manual really written in that style?
They are going to release John Lee's skin. That's what I've read from, you know, the rumors. It's going to be a 90% Ganyu and Xingqiu skin this time. They already leaked it. Nice. Everybody has Xingqiu, so, you know, it is what it is. They are going to make a John Lee and a Chi-Chi skin eventually, though, right? And we only get 4 skins per year, so those are going to be the skins after that, which is fine. You just got to keep saving up your Welkins. It reads like a fairy tale. People in Mondstadt really understand the romance in learning to glide.
Anyway, let's go find Amber.
Lepus Chapter Act 1. Isn't this Isn't this the Amber story quest? Lepus Act 1. How goes your journey into Iba, traveler? Leave a comment, like Genshin Impact, fuck off. I already spent too much. I've spent too much blood and tears. Actually, no, that's not it. I've spent too much time grinding dailies for you to bother me with a fucking review. You should be glad I didn't like downvote your review. Because of how? Wait, you can click through the device. I never knew that because it loads too fast for me most of the time. Ooh, a Sealy. Wait, how do I get the Animalculus? And look how easy it is to get the Animalculus in the early game. It's literally just sitting over there. Wow. What a great game. Did I just bump my head against the tree? No, I didn't. I thought for a second that there would be a sound effect for me bumping into the tree.
I must leave no stone unturned.
Smack, smack, doing no damage.
Windblade!
Pew pew!
Do they not leave any materials at all? That's something that's kind of bothering me. Is it because I'm in a very low Trailblaze level? I mean, not Trailblaze level, adventure rank. Jesus Christ, I'm getting all my Hoyoverse terms mixed up.
Let's go, let's go!
And this is the way that leads to the Volon, I believe. Sort of? Not really. I don't even recognize Mondstadt. Wow. And here starts my adventure farming for black rocks. Where'd you go, Sealy?
A little dusty. Best give it a spring cleaning.
Do you have a key for that? No, I don't think I do. Nope.
Great, you're here. Did you have a good read-through of the gliding manual? Got all the rules down?
I mean, I read it, but...
Sounds like it was a real drag. I would know. I've been there. Ugh, the gliding manual is super dry. I couldn't get into it at all. Don't tell Jean, though.
Really? Paimon thought there were some pretty cool stories in the gliding manual.
Cool stories? Oh, you must mean the example cases in the appendix. Some of them I like. My favorite one is about the illegal Animo Slime takeoff. Apparently, if you pop an Animo Slime and take off in the burst of wind, it shoots you up really, really high. I really want to try it.
I was just talking a bit earlier about how the cinematography, the camera angles when you're talking to characters in the early game are completely different compared to what it's like in the current version of the game. I feel like after Inazuma, it kind of just, even starting in Liyue, when you talk to characters, they just have like a very static camera angle. But when you're talking to characters in Mondstadt from the very beginning, they got all this like
No,
zoom
not
stuff going
that
on
story.
and multiple
I
camera
meant the
angles.
one with
Like
the
look,
little bird who wanted
it just
to
kind
learn
of
to fly.
zoomed in a little bit there.
What? Let me take a look. Oh, shoot. This is the storybook I used to read as a kid. Oops, sorry. I put both books in the same pile and must have grabbed the wrong one when I was leaving.
How in the heck do you confuse a bedtime story with an instruction manual?
This is so embarrassing. It's because maybe deep
I
down
think it's not that
inside,
static
that
compared to
very
HSR.
close to being
HSR
truly
is the
taught me
most
how to
static.
glide.
HSR is just literally, it's like HSR is like you're talking to an NPC all the time.
What you lacked was not wind. It's courage that's allowed you to become the first flying birds of this world. Reading that gave me the courage to glide, to become an outrider, and to become the gliding champion of Mondstadt.
This is like a
But
camera angle that you would
anyway,
have
let's
while
get
you're
back
playing
to
a
the
hangout
exam.
event, a hangout mission.
Don't be nervous. Just glide like you're used to. Okay then. You just need to follow the marked route to the finish.
People really got shell shocked by Honkai Star Rail, didn't they? When, it didn't have as much production value as Genshin Impact. I'm ready. I don't even mind it that much. But it's obvious that Genshin Impact is the one that has more money spent on it when it comes to how much they actually spend on making the game. I still like Honkai Star Rail a lot though. Like I would say I enjoy Honkai Star Rail almost as much as Genshin Impact at this point. But that's because Genshin Impact has become a different game than the game that it used to be. It's not really that much of an adventure game anymore. It's more like a visual novel. Which is fine. I was talking about this earlier. It is fine that Genshin Impact is what it is now.
You nailed it! But it's no surprise, given the way you handle your glider in a storm.
I kind of want to continue hangout events again, though. I need to catching up. I am going to do the hangout events because I need the pre-mouse for Farina. I enjoy the last hangout event that I did with Layla. I thought that story was pretty good.
The next part of the exam is in Mondstadt. See you there.
I'm
Don't
also
keep me waiting.
I also think it's gonna be a good thing for me to do hangout events in English because then more people can understand what they're saying without me having to like repeat things, or for me to like, wonder if everybody, because people can't engage as much when I'm playing this game in Chinese. Like I like playing this game in Chinese, but it's obvious that a lot of people don't care for it because one, they can't understand it, and two, they just don't like hearing like Chinese, I guess. What is this elemental trial bullshit? Domain unlocks at adventure rank 16. Jesus Christ, that's a long way off. Okay, next mission. Monster has such chill music. I love... Oh, this music. I think I like Genshin music. I like Mondstadt music and it's chill music more than, Persona 5. I would rather have Persona 5 music. I would rather have Genshin Impact Mondstadt music as the background music for content creator videos than Persona 5 music. I am so sick of hearing Persona 5 music all the time.
I'll catch up.
It just got such a happy vibe. Can I climb this place? Right now? Is it possible? Yet. Why is this not lit up? Oh my god. They were really creative with the early dailies. Like, they had a daily where you had to destroy all the different boxes or the dummies all in one hit, right? Or in like 3 seconds. And I had such a hard time doing it because I didn't have the characters necessary to do this thing. Or I did. Maybe I only needed the standard banner characters or the default characters. But I was just too dumb to know how to do this. And I spent like 2 to 3 minutes here every single time I had to do this daily. Okay, maybe I need to go further up so that I can glide down onto this place. See, this is what I mean by interacting with the environment. You're thinking about what you're going to do to get to different places in the environment instead of just Scaramouche fucking elevator up onto the surface. Yep. Look at this. Look at this interaction. Never mind, I fucking suck. Wait. Never mind.
Get ready for the gliding champion
Okay. Take 2. I'm gonna go to even higher surface.
Bet you can't keep up with me.
No, no, no. Oh, damn. New account is... Yep! Wouldn't you know it? Free-to-play is actually kind of fun. At least so far. I'm having, like, I wouldn't say the time of my life, but it's having it... I'm having the most fun I've had in Genshin Impact since maybe Inazuma. This game is so fun. Like, what the fuck? How is their beach? By the way, how is their beach? What beach? What are you talking about? I don't go to beaches. I actually went to a nudist beach one time when I was a little kid. But it was kind of a what the fuck situation because we kind of just wandered into it. So that was my one experience with nudism. If I say true playing Genshin as free to play, will give you best experience. If I say true playing Genshin as a free to play will give you what are you talking about? I want to know about your opinion about lore in Hoyoverse games. I'm not talking about who is better, but what do you think about Genshin Honkai Star Rail's lore? I like both of them. But I think my problem with I'm going to talk about what I like and what I don't like. What not necessarily don't like, but how the different kind of stories that have developed in Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail have not necessarily, you know, gone in the direction that people have wanted. Ah! No! It's over. It's okay, it's okay. No, it's not okay. I don't have stamina. I think I'm fucked. Shit. Man, how are you, Bench? Oh, I'm fine. I'm doing pretty good. I'm great. So, okay, so how should I say this? Genshin Impact, when I first started playing Genshin Impact, I did not give a shit about the lore at all. I thought it was the most generic nonsense ever. The first time I thought that Genshin Impact had a good story was the second John Lee story quest. I was so blown away by the second John Lee story quest that I literally went back and just re-examined everything I learned about Genshin Impact from a story standpoint. And that was when I started treating Genshin Impact as something that I could seriously play long term. Was the second John Lee story quest. And I'm not sure if that has affected the way that I thought about Genshin Impact, because obviously a lot of other people liked Genshin Impact story from the very beginning, and they treated it as something that could be seriously mined for lore and, you know, story content. So by the time that John Lee's second story quest came out, when did Age the Hawk come out? So no, the first John Lee story quest. John Lee's story quest was in John Lee release. The first story quest for John Lee, not the second one. 1.5? No. That was the second story quest.
I feel like running.
When did he come out? Gentry of Hermitage. No, that's not it. 2020, December. Version 1.2 onwards. 1.1. So he came out in 1.1. And that was basically when I started treating this game like a good game, you know? And it took a lot longer for me to get to that point compared to other players. I don't think I got to it until... I don't think I did John Lee's story quest until I had already finished Dragonspine. So it must have been at least 1.3 or 1.4 before I did his story quest. Yeah, I think it was around 1.4 when I did his story quest. Because I remember Child being available at around the same time. So my early experience with Genshin Impact was definitely not the most like wowed, the most amazed, the most amazed impressions that I've ever had. And I think that contributed to me liking the game even more, the story even more in the long term. But what has happened with Genshin's story and lore is that it's gotten so big that I'm not really able to get a good grasp of all of it at any one time anymore. And I think there is so much lore that people are able to focus on the lore that they like rather than the lore that they don't like. For example, Chill with Aster had a bit of a burnout, or not a bit of a burnout, but kind of a lot of a burnout when it came to Sumeru, both because that it was something familiar to her in terms of its theme, as well as the desert region not being as attractive as any of the other regions. So, you know, it's big enough that you can just like the stuff you like within that lore. But there is going to be lore that you don't care about and stories that you don't care for. So there is just a lot of content to choose from in Genshin Impact. You can like Mondstadt the most, you can focus on Mondstadt lore, you can focus on Inazuma lore, you can focus on Liyue lore. There is enough content in each of the individual regions that you can specialize in one area. But with Honkai Star Rail, there's not enough there right now, and I think the regions that are available in Honkai Star Rail do not necessarily have enough interaction with each other for the people that are playing the game to see where the game will become intertwined. And this is important because it's an intertwined connections between the different regions in Genshin Impact that give it its overall flavor. It's not the individual regions themselves that are important. You know what I mean? It's the fact that the different regions have characters that interact with characters from other regions, and they have history with each other. Venti and Zhongli have history together. Inazuma has, Kazuha going over to Liyue, and Yoimiya going to Sumeru, or Nahida having things to say about Furina. That is what makes Genshin Impact interesting. Is all these different interactions between the characters and the lore they have with each other, their backgrounds with each other. And Honkai Star Rail so far does not have that. Honkai Star Rail, especially when you reach Belobog, is much more a blank slate. Belobog literally does not have any like real history before you get to it, because they're so young and they're so like in such a bad state that literally all their history has already been destroyed. We see that in the museum event where they have hardly anything to put in the museum itself. And that's actually that could actually be a very useful tactic for making people feel as though they are the center of the story, because it says that you're going to an isekai world where people literally do not have a life outside of what you make them have, outside of the way that you affect them. Do you get what I mean? So you go to Mondstadt, you feel like you're the biggest badass in the world. You feel like you save the world. You feel like you are the center of attention. And I don't think even Mondstadt gave you that sort of feeling. Also, the upcoming main event is kind of a collab between Mondstadt and Liyue. Oh, I didn't know that. So it's just a different way of making the game feel like it's valuing, that it values you. But at the cost of that is at the cost of the intertwined nature of the game and the history of the game. Belobog has no reason for you to care about its history. Nobody talks about Belobog lore. Have you guys noticed that? Nobody makes videos about Belobog lore, whereas there's like a bajillion videos, or Ashikai videos, or Central Infinite Curve videos, or just videos in general about Shinjo Luofu lore. Because Shinjo Luofu, you need to understand the lore to understand the story. Belobog does not need you to do that. Belobog's story is so simple and so self-contained that it might as well just be it might as well be its own RPG if you want to get to the point. It could be entirely its own RPG, its full fleshed out game without understanding any other part of like Honkai Star Rail's story. It could just be its own game. And that is to its benefit, but Belobog did not do a very good job of setting up the story. We don't meet any of the Stellaron hunters there. Have you noticed that Mondstadt actually did a lot more than I realized in setting up the main story? We find out that there's an Archon. We get to meet the first Archon. We get to meet the dragon, which sets up like this whole Bishop lore thing. The whole backstory about the Archons versus the dragons versus Celestia. That was all set up in Mondstadt. We get to meet the first Harbinger. We get to know about the Gnosis. We find out about visions. All of the major aspects of Genshin Impact story had already been set up in Mondstadt. And that's not true with Belobog. Belobog barely did anything. We just saved the country. And then there's no Stellaron hunters. We don't really know what Stellarons do exactly, except they mess shit up. We don't find out anything about the Eons. The Eon of Preservation literally just showed up for like 2 seconds and then gave us a superpower. So it was like almost it was a very feel-good but ultimately kind of meaningless region. Yeah, well, and Hu Tao creating a poetry competition and a lot of... Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, remember the Chasm story, the Chasm interlude had Inazuma characters going over to Liyue. Well, a very different kind of Liyue. But then to experience like what the story is like there. And then in Sumeru, we had during the Wanderer's interlude, we could go back to Inazuma, and then it's like all these interconnected stories, all of it just reaching each other. We have Yoimiya going to Sumeru. We have, Venti going to Liyue to experience the festival there, the Lantern Rite Festival. And that is what makes Genshin Impact's lore interesting at the very end of the day. It's not just the lore itself, but how the lore ties everything together. On the other hand, I've looked at a lot of Genshin Honkai Star Rail leaks. I don't know if you guys have looked at it. And I'm very happy with what they are offering in terms of the story for that. In concept, I like what Honkai Star Rail is doing. There is more stuff interconnecting the different regions in Honkai Star Rail now than in the past. We're going to Belobog in the next patch, which is coming out today, by the way. So I'm definitely going to stream that. Mondstadt. And I think that is going to be the equivalent of Dragon Spine for Mondstadt. We're going back to... we did Liyue first, right? We did Liyue first, and then we went back to Dragon Spine, I believe. Because Dragon Spine was in 1.2, I think? Maybe? Was it 1.2? Yeah, to the Chalk Prince and the Dragon. That was the first time we went to Dragon Spine. I actually ignored Dragon Spine entirely when it came out. Believe it or not, I literally just ignored it. I was like, nope. I was walking in that direction, and I just saw Dragon Spine. I was like, what the fuck? That looks so intimidating. And then I went into it, and I was like, wait, I take damage by just being there? And then there's like all this like Fatui. There's like this big guy with a hammer like swinging this shit, swinging at me. And then there's like a guy with a shield that like punches me. Dragon Spine is my first region to get 100%. I still don't have 100% in Dragon Spine. That shit does not work with the device that is supposed to be able to give me that stuff. Stop. Please just let me get on there. How do you even do... Oh, shit. I feel like I'm missing something. Space. Really? Just press space? Jesus Christ, you're like a scaramouche. You're just... Oh my god, you're right! Damn it! Backseating. You're so close to go up. Oh no. Oh no! My fun. My independent experience is ruined. My new player experience is completely borked. Time to start a new account. So Toulon did read on my feelings about Honkai Star and Genshin Impact. I feel like Genshin Impact has developed to the point where people can already find the individual aspects of Genshin Impact's lore that they like. They have the ability to choose and pick what they consider to be good about Genshin Impact. Honkai Star Rail does not have that yet. We only have 2 regions, technically 3 regions, but Herta Space Station is like the main hub. It's not really a region in my opinion. It's where we do all of our like main stuff, right? We go to the simulated universe in Herta Space Station. And that's where all the things that are supposed to be connecting with each other happen. So we only have Belobog and we have Shinjo Lofu, which is not a bad selection. I actually like the two different regions quite a lot. I would say that the maps in Yarilo 6 are a bit better than the ones in Shinjo Lofu, but that's not because they put less effort into Shinjo Lofu. I think they don't understand how to create good maps 100% of the time for Honkai Star Rail yet, because Honkai Star Rail does not have any verticality. You can't just climb onto things, and because there's no verticality, there's no reason to focus on things that are very high up, like this castle. If this was Honkai Star Rail, you know, I wouldn't even look up because there's no reason to, because I can't go there. So what you need in a map for Honkai Star Rail to notice big objects and things in the distance is for there to be a lot of wide space. So that when you spawn into the map, for example, at a teleport point, you should spawn in exactly at a point that lets you see all these big things so that you understand their grandeur. And Shinjo Lofu's map has very few of these places. You spawn into Shinjo Lofu maps, and you're like, what? You're like in the corner here, and you can't see shit. There's very few times when you naturally get to see large structures. They're in Shinjo Lofu, by the way. I've noticed that there are like large structures all the way going up all the way into the sky, but you very rarely see them. Unlike in Belobog, you go into the main hub of Belobog, you teleport into the main hub, and then you immediately get to see like this gigantic structure in the distance that is like the palace or the wherever it is that Bronia is at. You get to see it immediately. And Shinjo Lofu has very few of those places. So I think... Wait, I'm going on a tangent for no reason. Basically what I mean is that I like both places, and currently it feels like Shinjo Lofu is doing more things to tie the different regions together. We get to see a lot of the NPCs from different regions. We get to see like some space Japanese people. We get to see some like IPC people that we got to interact with in Orem Alley. There are also some quests that lead us back to Herta Space Station, as well as Yarilo 6, believe it or not. I think there was a quest called The Wild or something, where we're supposed to be researching the ecology of the Shinjo Lofu, and then we have to go to, like, Serval to ask her about, like, automatons for some reason. I haven't personally done the quest, so I don't know about this. I just heard about it. But that's all very interesting to me. And in the next patch, we're going to Belobog, obviously, so that's going to be very interesting as well. So it's just too early to tell what the story for Honkai Star Rail is going to be developing like. But at the end of the day, I like both. And my fear for Honkai Star Rail right now, because a lot of people are... I think Honkai Star Rail, a lot of people are complaining because there are two things happening, which is that one, we're just waiting to go to the next region. That's the big thing. And people are impatient. People don't like the fact that they like playing Honkai Star Rail, but they don't like the fact that it's a live service game. They don't like the fact that Genshin Impact is a live service game. But the difference between Honkai Star Rail and Genshin Impact is that one, Genshin Impact has a timeline. Genshin Impact has what is it called? A roadmap. We have a roadmap for Genshin Impact, so we know where we're going next. And we know when we're going to do it. We know how many patches are going to be in patch cycle. There's going to be like there's like going to be like 8 patches per cycle, I believe. Yeah, it goes up to like 2.8 and 3.8. And then we go to, you know, the next point X series of patches. And that's what happens every single patch cycle, from all the way from Inazuma to so far Fontaine. Inazuma only had 2 patches for the Archon quest, but that changed with Sumeru, and we're getting the same thing again as Sumeru in Fontaine. So we're very confident about what we're getting in Genshin Impact. That's not true with Honkai Star. Honkai Star is only beginning to show us what exactly a patch cycle is going to be looking like. And in addition to that, Honkai Star does not have a roadmap, which means that people are going to be more anxious about when or if we're going to get the things that we want. So people are complaining about that, and a lot of people also don't like Shinjo Lofu for whatever reason. That I don't know. I'm gonna be talking a little bit about that in my next review, probably in the next 2 parts of my review. So there's like 2 things that are bothering people in Honkai Star Rail, and my fear about that is like with my review of how they handle Danshu. That's kind of weird. I remember for sure people say Genshin has no roadmap 1 year ago. Yeah, but they're fucking stupid. You know, people who like Genshin Impact, they're little fucking kids. They're fucking stupid. I'm just gonna be honest. A lot of Genshin Impact viewers are dumb as rocks. Just don't bother with them. I don't give a fuck. Well, if Genshin Impact has no roadmap, then Honkai Star Rail has negative roadmaps. Okay.
I'm all set up. Let's carry on with the exam. Same deal
Good
as
thing I
before.
understand the patch
Lie through the
content
markers and get to the
because of
finish
Girls
without
Frontline
stopping in the
Archetypes
middle.
and Azure Lane experience. Yeah, I think a lot of the problem with Hoyoverse games is that a lot of people who are playing Hoyoverse games are just getting into like gacha games and live service games in general. They're very young because that's who they market to, right? They market to the casual audience, which is the largest audience possible, and the largest audience possible is going to have the largest amount of young kids possible. And none of the things that, you know, I see in Genshin Impact or Honkai Star Rail really surprised me. Like a lot of people complained that Shinjo Lofu did not like have a self-contained story, that a lot of things didn't have a lot of real build-up, and because all of it is build up, and then we didn't get as much of a conclusion as Bellabog did, and it wasn't as hype as, you know, all of that. Because Fantilia didn't die, we didn't get to find out what happened to Tingling, we didn't get to find out what happened to, you know, Danhun and Blade and their relationship. And obviously, if you've looked at the leaks, we know that we're going to get that stuff. There are literally leaked images and leaked CGs of content that we literally have not gotten yet, that came out like 4 months ago. I've been looking at the same image of the High Cloud content that was not given to us until the last live stream. So I don't see very much benefit to just complaining about the lack of content, because we know that they already have content planned for us. It just depends on how fast we get them. And because I'm playing 2 games at the same time, I have my time full. I have fun playing these games all the time. Like, I'm literally playing the same game over again, and I'm having the time of my life. Like, what am I supposed to do? I'm just go to like fucking Reddit and complain all the time? Just I want to say these people should just get a life, but I know that not everybody enjoys games the same way as I do. It's not fair to them or to myself to make this kind of comparison. I'm ready. But I do get the urge to just say, like, you know, maybe if you don't enjoy the game, maybe just like take a few days off, do something else. Maybe I'm just too much of a Hoyo sim. There's also the fact that you can understand the live service model, but you don't necessarily have to like it. That's also true. Not everybody who has played through a bunch of live service games will still like live service games the next time they play them. But then, at that point, why are you playing a live service game? Why not just go play like a single player game?
Easy! You've flown this way before anyway!
Once you've passed this final stage, you'll finally be able to get your very own gliding license. Just keep thinking about that license. Ready?
Go! Boom.
Reborn Traveler, you are required to land at once by the order of the Knights of Favonius.
That guy's invisible. Wow. I swear this was not like this when I first played the game. I swear you could actually see the guy.
I am Otto of the Knights of Favonius.
This probably became bugged later. Or am I imagining things? Was this always bugged and they never went back and fixed it?
What's going on?
Please, show me your gliding license.
My gliding license is, you got eaten by Baron Bunny.
It is against the law to glide without a license. I am arresting you under Section 7, Article 12 of the Mondstadt Penal Code. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say will forever carry on the wind.
Wait,
No, it's already invisible since start.
gliding exam.
Really? How did I not notice that? Or maybe I just got more anal about bugs later on. It's been 3 years. It's been a long time. I don't remember everything.
Oh, I see. Well, you picked a bad time to hold your gliding exam.
Really? Why?
Why?
The Knights of Favonius received a report from a sister at the cathedral, claiming she saw Raptor gliding around these parts. I thought your student here must have been his partner in crime.
I was so confused. What the raptor? What do you mean? Like, you know, a velociraptor from Jurassic Park? Because whenever I hear raptor, I don't think a bird. I think just a dinosaur.
Raptor? Who's that?
Watching Jurassic Park as a like 80-year-old kid probably ruined my brain to some extent.
A known criminal in Mondstadt. He always uses a wind glider to commit his crimes, so people started calling him Raptor.
God, the new Jurassic Park sucked so much. And the one before it also sucked a lot.
Wow, he flies fast then.
Imagine having a movie about like dinosaurs, and the vast majority of the movie takes place underground inside a fucking house. And I don't like. Okay, this is gonna be completely off topic, but I don't like how new movies about like dinosaurs just create a bunch of fictional dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are already hard enough to conceptualize in your head, but why would you go and make like genetically combinations of dinosaurs? It's not fun. It's not cool. It's just boring.
So far, we haven't managed to catch him. Our plan this time was to draw him into the cathedral with a precious artifact and ambush him inside. But he escaped with the artifact. Fortunately, one of the sisters put some secret markings on the artifact using elemental magic. But he was too fast, and we couldn't even keep up with the trail the markings left behind.
Well, if you need help chasing down a gliding criminal, I'm the one for the job. So tell me, which way did he go?
As far as I know, he was last seen near Springvale. But that was some time ago.
Leave it to me. With us chasing him down together, he doesn't stand a chance. Once
Bypass.
we've got this raptor guy, we'll pick up where we left off. But no need to worry. I'll be sure to have a word with Jean.
Mondstadt glider quest completed. They call him Raptor, track Raptor. And to be honest, I'm kind of sad that they didn't tell us about treasure hoarders lore. I thought they were gonna introduce us into the first playable treasure hoarders in Fontaine, but no. Wait, they haven't done that? Well, I never expected there to be playable treasure hoarders. But you're right, we don't... I just assumed that that was because I didn't do any of the world quests so far. But yeah, I haven't really heard much about treasure hoarders.
Is this an answer from this world?
It's not a big deal though. I'm sure we'll get to it eventually. I'm sure of it. 100% sure. Former treasure hoarder playable character is... That is true. But I feel like that's almost cheating because she's a nun now. She's one of the church people. So she's only a former treasure hoarder, not a current one. Although to be fair, it's gonna be kind of awkward to play a treasure hoarder. Like, I mean, it could work, right? We already play Child all the time, and we still smack around a bunch of Fatui agents. So why not have a playable treasure hoarder, and then we can just kill treasure hoarders with our treasure hoarder character? Makes sense. No cognitive dissonance there, no little narrative dissonance. Treasure Hoarders is a big organization. It's scattered all around Teyvat, and I still remember that there is a renowned treasure hoarder boss from Mondstadt back in Dainsleeve's story. There are like 1 or 2 different treasure hoarder models that you can only like talk to and interact with in Quest, and they never show up anywhere else in the story ever again, or in the game, like in general. Like there's a treasure hoarder that has a giant hammer or something, and he will just smack you around. And there's also a story quest girl treasure hoarder who is one of the strongest treasure hoarders that you will ever fight. And I think this was around the same time as the time that Chasm came out. And you just never see her ever again. She has a unique name too, I believe. Wow. Amazing.
This is Springvale. There must be some clues about Raptor around here. The sister from the
Surely.
cathedral put some secret animal markings on the artifact he took.
No, not Mondstadt. The treasure hoarder boss that died in front of upside down statue. Or that was a treasure hoarder? I thought that was like a Abyss dude.
Use your elemental sight and keep your eyes peeled for clues.
Yep, good old elemental sight. Hello, random NPC walking in the background. Hopkins the Marvelous.
Yes, you. Come over here.
Okay. Traveler, do you ever find yourself frustrated because of your lack of strength? Have you wondered what it would be like to have power beyond your wildest dreams? How to become more powerful? See this holy water I have here? Drink just one bottle and you'll feel rejuvenated and more powerful than you could have ever imagined. Guaranteed. It might take a while for the effects to kick in, though. Jesus Christ. We're already talking to scammers. Hello.
Ooh, hey, what do you think this is?
It looks like a broken tree branch.
Oh, Paimon knows. It's from a frame of a wind glider.
I can't see
Therefore-
shit.
There are no elemental traces on it. It looks like it's just a plain old tree branch. A strip of cloth with animal markings on it. Looking at the design and the way it's woven, there's a good chance it came from a wind glider.
Wow, Outriders have to be textile experts now? It's a harder job than Paimon thought.
No, she's just like knitting.
If this really belongs to Raptor, it must mean his wind glider is broken.
What's Amber's lore, by the way? I never read her character stories. Does she have lore? What is her deal?
Left by Raptor
Is she
or
another
Anemo
orphan like
slime.
99% of the characters in this game? Or is she just some like random girl from Mondstadt?
Anemo slimes are airborne creatures. They don't leave marks on the ground unless someone stomped on one to take off.
I just realized Amber doesn't really take part in events, does she? When was the last time we saw Amber? It was during the Calais event. I remember something. We did something in Mondstadt. It was a while ago, like 4, 5, 6 months ago. She is half Lyria, half Mondstadt. What? Really? Huh?
Wait,
Like, are you shitting
telling
me?
People actually do that?
I don't know why that's interesting, but it kind of is.
Either way, let's make a mental note of these markings. They're very clear. It appears that the elemental markings point this way.
Huh. Well, do you think he ran off ahead?
Amber, Genshin, story. Amber lore. Yeah, her grandfather was from Lyria. Oh, I see. Outrider of the Knights of Favonius. From a young age, blah blah blah. Whirlwind. Grandpa's head. Her grandpa. Amber's grandfather has his own lore page? What the shit? Amber's grandfather was a mercenary from Lyria and the leader of a mercenary group that took on merchant caravan protection jobs. One of these jobs went wrong, and Amber's grandfather was the sole survivor, saved by a doctor from the Knights of Favonius, as he was too ashamed to return home. Oh, so he's a loser. He's like not a badass, he's just a loser. Also wanted to repay the debt. He joined the Knights of Favonius. Oh, he's just like, okay, he's a redeemed loser. He found the Outriders and personally, oh, he's not a loser, never mind. I was too quick to judge. And personally trained all its members. Later, he fell in love and started a family in Mondstadt. His granddaughter, Amber, was born years later. So, okay, that's cool. She does have lore. Like, kind of interesting lore, too.
There's only one way to find out.
She mentions her grandfather in manga? Oh, I see.
Come on, we should keep following the markings.
Ooh, what's that? Looks like something's going on up ahead.
It sounds like there's a battle going on. Could that be Raptor? Quick, let's keep going.
Look at how short the dialogue is compared to, like, future story quests. God. Early Genshin was such a different game.
With the wind!
Thank goodness, the Knights of Favonius have arrived. The hilly trolls won't dare pursue me any longer.
What happened?
I can't believe it, but the hilly trolls attacked our carts. Luckily, I outran them.
Hilly Churls? But I thought the Knights of Favonius had cleared out most of the Hilly Churl camps around these parts.
It's a small camp not too far from the village. The route I take on my delivery runs ensures I steer clear of it. But today, some crazy fellow suddenly fell out of the sky and landed right in the camp.
Now, who does that remind me of?
Oh, it really riled them up. They chased the funny-looking fellow as he fled, which brought them out into the open. I managed to get away, but they smashed my fruit carts to smithereens.
Is it just me, or
I
do
don't know
people
what I'm gonna
talk
do when the
faster in
merchant
early
caravan gets
Genshin
here
as well?
tomorrow.
It feels like people just get to the point a lot faster and they just talk fast. I don't know what I'm gonna do when the merchant caravan gets here tomorrow.
Funny looking. In what way?
Well, he was holding on to something. Must have been heavy because he couldn't glide in a straight line to save his life.
Oh god, this is turning
Maybe
into
that's
a
why he
modern
fell.
Genshin hate fest, isn't it?
Honestly, people like that shouldn't be allowed in the skies. It doesn't take a genius to know you're not supposed to carry heavy objects while gliding. I'm gonna report that idiot and make sure he gets his license revoked.
I can see why all the large content creators just kind of like shit on Genshin every a couple of minutes. Not like really shit on it, but they do talk about like what they wanted Genshin to be, and obviously Genshin has not turned out to be what they wanted it to be.
Heavy object? The artifact? This could well be our guy. Tell me, did you see which way he went?
It would be super interesting if we actually got a branch off, like a branching version of Genshin, sort of like how we got classic WoW versus like, you know, retail WoW, retail World of Warcraft. What if we had like two different versions of Genshin Impact? One that's more like action combat focused and exploration focused, and the other one being more of like what it is now as a visual novel.
I managed to catch a glimpse as I ran from the hilly churls. I think he went that way.
Seems like a strong lead. On with the chase. Oh, and don't worry. As soon as I get back, I'll tell the knights to mop up the rest of the hilly churls as soon as possible.
Did I change the sound settings back? Yes, I did. Let's go. Let's go kill the raptor. Wheat. That's so important. It's very important to keep wheat on you at all times. Just wait for the Switch version.
Another test subject.
Yagarangway. Hello. I don't think I've ever seen you here.
Suffocate.
That's probably not because of you. That's probably because I didn't pay attention.
Freeze.
I like how his elemental skill literally has no AoE.
I got careless.
It's just like he's punching in space. He's doing a Rasengan without anybody to like shit. I forgot how annoying this is. Oh, he doesn't have a constellation. That's why it doesn't suck things up. It literally does not suck things up because that's actually a special skill. I feel like I'm starting to do no damage.
Look at you, food down.
Windblade.
Thanks for subscribing, Wolfgate. Is Wolfgate here, or is he like watching one of my
Little
videos?
taste.
Ouch. Stop.
I got careless. Suffocate.
Leave it all to me.
It kind of feels weird to have like people subscribe to me while watching my videos while I'm streaming, and then I'm like, welcome, Wolfgate, and they're literally not in the chat. Makes me feel like a fake streamer.
Time to clean up.
Little taste.
Wait, you monetize now? No, not at all. Subscriptions on Twitch and Genshin are not the same. Subscription is literally just pressing a button, and then it makes you make my subscriber number go up by 1. It means that you will hopefully get more of my videos in your feed. Wait, does this guy throw water? What the? This is why no one stream on YouTube. Yeah. I've thought about streaming on
From the
Twitch.
type of wind gliders they've got, I'd say this lot is with Raptor.
But if that's the case, what are they hanging around here for?
I wonder. Well, this measly bunch can't slow us down, that's for sure. But we also haven't found the artifact, which means Raptor still has it on him. Forget these guys. Come on, let's keep following the elemental markings.
You know what's sad? I actually thought about streaming on Twitch, but not because I like Twitch. I thought about streaming on Twitch because I thought the category for Honkai Star was really lonely. And there weren't a lot of people streaming on it, so I thought maybe I should try to like make the numbers go up a bit. And not because, you know, it's actually good for me.
I'll catch up.
I don't like Twitch. I don't like how many ads there are. I don't like the culture of Twitch. Whatever the culture of Twitch is, I don't like it. which sounds extremely vague and kind of prejudiced now that I think about it. But something about the way that people just spam emotes or like emojis or whatever they're called, and like how many ads there are. They have so many ads now, it's insane. It just keeps going up and up and up. I swear at some point we're going to be facing 5-minute ads every like 30 minutes. Which is basically just turning it into like cable TV. It's so stupid. Like, why am I watching this? I would literally just skip their streams so that I can watch them later on. And they're gonna monetize the videos as well. They're gonna have the recordings of streams have ads as well. They already do that, but for some reason it's not as much as like actual streams. Thank God.
Huh. Look where we are.
And I get confused by Twitch too. I don't like the unit interface. Like the UI is just it's so noisy. So that's why I'm on YouTube. I'm on YouTube because Twitch makes me confused. There are no more elemental markings. I also think that Twitch is very good for people who want to like connect with each other. And I don't know anybody, and I don't want to know anybody. So there's very little point for me to go on Twitch. There are no more elemental markings ahead.
The elemental power on the artifact must have worn off. Raptor must have realized the markings would give away his position and sent his minions to slow us down. That way, when the effect wears off, he can make his escape. He won't get away with this. After him!
Okay. And then it turns out that he's just some guy. Raptor is just some guy. Unfortunately. I think this was the first time I felt a slight disappointment with Genshin Impact, was when I found Raptor. It's just like some guy.
There's only one way over there. Raptor must be up ahead. However, it looks like the only way we can catch up is if we glide.
But there's a ton of enemies below. They'll definitely attack us after we take off.
If we're gonna do this, we'll have to glide and defeat them in one fell swoop. You still had one stage to go in your exam, right?
Yeah, but what's that got to do with anything?
How about we make this the third and final stage of your gliding exam?
Are you sure that's how the exam is supposed to go?
It's a custom version of the exam.
He's just
designed by yours
ad-libbing.
truly.
It's fine.
Besides,
I
the
do it all
normal
the
version
time.
of the exam wouldn't be fit for the hero of Mondstadt himself. So, what do you say?
Watch me nail Raptor. I'm gonna nail him to the wall.
Good answer.
Make him pay for his crimes.
Prepare for takeoff. Raptor awaits you once you defeat all these enemies. Then that gliding license is yours.
Yeah, see that cinematic sweep? The camera went from her face to where it is right now. There was no like cut. That was a smooth transition. We don't have that in Genshin anymore because they don't pay as much attention to that. Oh, this is the part where I have to jump and like... Uh-oh. They just die like that. This is fine. This is great. I failed this so many times the first time I did it, by the way. Like, I did not understand how this thing was supposed to work. I still watch Twitch because the people I like that I stream on it don't stream anywhere else. If they streamed on YouTube, I would watch them on YouTube 100%, and I would like it way more than on Twitch. It's unfortunate, but it's just not... It just doesn't work like that. Twitch is still so dominant in terms of networking. And even Kick has that going for it more than YouTube does. YouTube is just a more lonely place. What? 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 I don't understand. What happened? Okay, here is some early game jank. Here is some of that early game jank. What is this? The way that the camera angle works is so weird. Like, look at this. That's weird. You can't see where you're going as well. You literally cannot see in front of you. So, it's not very intuitive that you're supposed to go to this wind channel and then go to this other wind channel. You just have to understand it. How? This is fine. Does it just push me up whenever I get low on... Get too low? Is there like actually no way for me to feel this and I've just been overthinking it?
Nice! You breezed through it!
Did I?
You're a natural. I knew you'd be fine. All that's left now is to grab ourselves a raptor.
And the voice got off. Were there some chests I missed back there? Probably. Instead of potato. Why does it open if the Hilicho dies? What is the logic behind that?
Bet you can't keep up with me.
Let me go back and check if I'm missing anything. Maybe there's something I'm missing here. No, there's not. This part's so weird, too, right? Because you can actually walk under this place, right? You can walk here. You can walk onto it. But there's really no reason to. This part is just here for no reason. And Genshin Impact constantly has a problem with doing this. Another thing that confuses me about Twitch is how am I supposed to get popular on Twitch? Because I feel like the problem with Twitch is that there's nothing intrinsically connecting my channel on YouTube to Twitch. So people would have to watch my channel on YouTube and then be like, okay, I like what this guy is saying. Now, let me just go to a completely different website.
I must leave no stone unturned.
To watch him there. And I feel like that's just a very long shot in terms of what people are willing to do these days. Like, who the hell wants to go to an entirely different site to watch a bunch of shitty ads when they can just have ad block on YouTube and watch like every other streamer do their thing? Besides this channel, do you guys watch any other channel play like anything? Like what else? What other content do you guys watch? Stream or video?
That's more like
Stream. Everybody watches videos on YouTube anyway, so there's no point in asking about that. Like, it would be a better question to ask what videos you watch that aren't on YouTube. This is actually quite difficult for me the first time. I didn't understand that I was supposed to hit these guys like this. And I was so confused when they didn't die the first time either. Like, I was like, I already knocked them off, why are not dead? So if I fall off here... No, that doesn't do anything. Why did they respawn? Another thing that confused me. Why do you guys respawn?
Bet you can't keep up with me.
This is one part of early Genshin design that did feel a bit jank.
I must leave no stone unturned. Pew pew!
Go, go, Baron!
Another thing that kind of I do this with every game that's live service. When I start a new game and I get a character for the first time, any character, it can be like the default character, a limited character, I always think that I'm gonna stick with them forever because they're like literally my first character. And almost always that never happens, unfortunately. Like I thought that I would be maining Noelle to the end of time. And that just wasn't how it worked out. It just didn't work out like that, unfortunately. You see another cool character, you see what it can do. You see John Lee, and you wonder why you're using Noelle at all. So, I'm not as naive as I was in the past. Which is why I don't bother leveling up these characters anymore. Anything down there? Nope. I don't think I got this chest the first time. I think I actually missed it. Boom. Boom.
I'll race you there. No one escapes my sights.
Leave it all to me.
Disappear!
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. I learned stamina important. Oh, there's more tips I can use to get some primos. Nice, nice. I like how it guides you to the spot rather than going on the same trajectory as you would
Looks like there's no way
by
across.
default.
Ugh, he must be around here somewhere.
They don't trust you to play by the actual mechanics of the game. Understandable.
Amber! Over there!
If you insist on chasing me, so be it. Huh? Who brought the little girl?
You must be Raptor. You can't escape.
I don't need to escape. There's no way you can make it over here.
Oh, it is pretty high. And quite far.
Oh, little girl, why don't you run along home now and let your leader deal with this? Don't worry, I promise that once the Grandmaster gets here, I'll surrender immediately.
Hey, watch it! You're talking to a Knights of Favonius outrider. You'll be sorry when I arrest you.
Deep breaths, Amber.
You're right. Ugh, he's right there in front of us. If only we could glide across.
So how did he get across?
Some kind of elemental
Can
magic.
you see anything with your elemental sight? No? Oh, okay. Never mind.
Bye-bye, kiddo.
Oh no! He's getting away!
Ugh, we can't hesitate any longer. The only way to get across is to glide there.
But
Don't worry, I'm the gliding champion of Mondstadt, remember? If Raptor can do it, I can do it too.
Oi, Outrider! You have less chance of surviving this than jumping off the Animo God statue in Mondstadt without your wind glider. Haha!
This will take some serious guts, but it's not completely impossible.
Paimon sees your point. If you rule out everything that's completely impossible, gliding is the only idea left.
Remember that book I lent you? The one I thought was the gliding manual, but wasn't? The first birds couldn't fly. Flight was their reward for their courage to plunge into the canyon. Be my witness.
Go Outrider?
Raptor says I'll never make it. But if you listen carefully...
Wait, that's not what the text shows. Roger, let's show this what an Outrider's made of.
Wait! Stop! You'll never make it! Come on, off
Another
you go.
early game
Back
jank
home like
that
a
Genshin
good
had.
little girl.
Raptor says I'll never make it. But if you listen carefully...
Why did that just start again?
The wind says I will make it, and that's good enough for me.
What? Was that just me, or did they literally say the same thing twice? Okay.
Amber, no! You're gonna fall! You're gonna fall! It's a wind current! She's gliding! Amber's gliding!
You're crazy, kid! You must have known about the wind current. There's no way you would have jumped otherwise.
Why is she
Wind
dead?
takes care
Oh,
of those
I
who have
forgot.
courage.
Yes,
Now
that's.
sit still and
that
await
makes
your
sense.
arrest, like a good little boy.
Interesting. This is harder than I thought it would be. I didn't even go up an adventure rank, right? Or an adventure level, or what is it called? Equilibrium? Ascension.
Bet you can't keep up with me.
Do the enemies actually get harder even if you don't do ascension levels?
Have a little taste.
Man, early Genshin dialogue is kind of cringe, not gonna lie, lol, especially this way. Yeah, I agree. It's amusing in the way that it's kind of amusing because it's jank. But, yeah, it's not very good. It's funny, but it's not good in the way that actually good things are good.
I must leave no stone unturned.
Picked the wrong test subject.
I still like it though. Just being able to play the same thing again is incredibly fun. Look at their animation. Look at how they reload the crossbow. Is this a unique model? Or is this just one that is used for every single, like, I don't know,
Stone.
treasure hoarder mob? I can't tell because I don't look at treasure hoarder mob animations. Did they always have this crossbow? I didn't even realize there was a crossbow person in the enemy list.
Windblade!
He's just got smacked to the ground.
Right, I got him. I only noticed the wind current from in the air, and it's the only one. It would be suicide to try and escape in the direction Raptor was going. In other words, the only way Raptor could have gotten out would be this way, past us.
Aha! So he was just trying to fool us by acting smug, in the hope that we would just give up and leave. Little did he know, we're not so easily fooled.
It was all thanks to your sharp thinking. Just like a wise man once said, once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains, no matter how improbable, must be the truth.
This is so uplifting. Early Genshin Impact was the epitome of uplifting, whimsical, idyllic gameplay storytelling.
At the end of the day, gliding is 7 parts technique, 3 parts instinct, and then 90 parts courage.
And now it's all sad and not dreary, but it's different.
What you did now looked more like 99 parts courage.
It was just like in my first gliding exam. I was super nervous, but in the end, there was nothing
It
to be
feels like a
afraid of,
Nintendo
and
game.
I passed no problem. I kinda missed that nervous rush in the exams I've done since then. It just wasn't the same.
Sorry. Paimon thought you said you passed no problem. What do you mean exam since then?
Well, you see, the thing is, Mondstadt is all no glide zone this, no landing zone that. Every time I get my license, it keeps getting revoked. I must have taken the exam about 15 times altogether.
Oh, geez.
But I always pass the first time. I guess my little gliding manual ain't so bad after all.
Let's go and get a copy of the real gliding manual from acting Grandmaster Jean sometime.
I feel sorry for Jean.
I'll head off first because I need to escort Raptor back to the city. Once you're back in the city, don't forget to come find me at the cathedral. I'll issue your gliding license there.
Chest.
She just can't sit still, can she?
Please.
Guess that's why she's the outrider.
Oh, it's a luxurious
When this is
chest,
all done
but they
and
only give you
dusted,
5 primos.
Let's head to the cathedral in Mondstadt. Getting this gliding license has turned into quite the adventure.
Let down. Mora, the currency accepted worldwide and take 5. Okay. Polls. I don't give a fuck. I have to poll. Let me get a hotel. Let me get a hotel. Please give me a hotel. Please, please, please give me a hotel. I'm begging you. I'm begging you, Gacha God. I've devoted 3 years of my life. Well, not really 3 years, but every day of 3 years of my life, except for maybe like 2 to 3 weeks, I played this game. I deserve this. I deserve. Fuck you. Okay, maybe I don't deserve anything. Let's go get the gliding license. Jesus Christ. It always says I deserve nada. I don't think I've ever actually flown with Diona for whatever reason. Oh my god, her tail waves in the wind. Whoa. Whoa. Oh. I don't think I've actually run around with a character with the tail before, like for any appreciable amount of time. I don't know why they don't put more furry characters in this game. Like actual furry characters, not just, you know, Kirara. Like, one of the things that upsets me about Kirara is that she turns into a box. Like, she literally turns into a box. Why not just have a character that turns into an animal, for fuck's sake? Like, an actual animal with 4 legs and shit. Okay, where's the quest?
Congratulations! Here is your gliding license. You're officially legal now. Yay!
You're officially legal now. It sounds like it's something else.
I'm not surprised though. You are a natural after all.
I actually put a lot of effort into this.
Oh, and I'll sign you up for the next wind gliding championship. I glide so fast that no one can keep up. It's just me up there, on my own, gliding around. It's kinda boring.
You won't stand a chance of winning if you sign me up.
Whoa, fighting talk. It seems you have no idea how terrifying the championship really is. Well, until I kick your butt in the championship, I wish you a happy, liberating, and above all,
Wasn't this
wall-riding
actually
gliding
an
experience.
event? I remember there was an event where we actually had a gliding championship with, not a, like some kind of gliding event with Amber. Or was that part of the main story? I forgot.
Make sure you obey the rules. Whatever you do, don't get your license revoked.
I'm almost 99% sure there was a gliding event at some point in Mondstadt.
Oh, brother. If you ask me, that's a bit rich coming from Amber.
Lipa's Chapter Act 1 complete. Alright. We got it. Any other quests? Collector of animal sigils. Paimon has discovered a very unique store.
Look! Doesn't that shop look interesting?
No.
Let's see what they're selling.
Welcome. Every treasure here is unique. Guaranteed.
Yep. There's nothing here that Paimon recognizes.
Another thing I miss about new regions is the fact that they introduce you to all of the different NPCs there. Like, we never got this kind of introduction again in any of the other regions. We just kind of go there, and then it's like, yeah, all these NPCs, you can just talk to them yourself. We never get like some kind of introduction quest where we go around the city and just be like, oh, there you are. What's your story? What are you up to? What do you do? Yeah. It's a very small complaint.
What did I tell you? These are all rare items brought back by adventurers from all corners of the world.
But it definitely made Mondstadt feel more alive than its very small parameters would have you believe, which is that we actually went around and got to talk to some of these NPCs.
Is there anything that catches your eye?
It's all so exquisite.
No need. I forgot to mention, I operate on a trading basis. Goods for goods. No Mora accepted here. I've been trying to make something a bit special recently, and I need a lot of animo sigils to decorate it with. Do you have any animo sigils with you?
I have a few.
It seems the Animal Archon approves of your adventures then. More to the point, any animal sigils you find you can trade in here for items in the shop.
What do I need again? I don't need this shit. I might need this shit, maybe. Mora? What can I exchange for this? Well, I know this shit costs resin, so I might as well get some of this. That's important. Those things are good. Because this costs resin. This also costs resin. I might as well get some of Pyro's shits because I want to get Hu Tao. And eventually I might actually get one. Who knows?
Animo sigils appear all over Mondstadt. If you find yourself short, just keep exploring.
Are they really just for decoration?
Absolutely. What could be more beautiful than a gift from the Animal Archon?
Okay, you got me. It's actually more complicated than that, but it's easier for people to understand if I just say it's for decoration. Obviously, the reason I need animo sigils is because they have properties that other materials cannot provide.
I didn't even realize they had the lore. I just kind of assumed that we would give all the sigils to these like random people because, you know, gameplay reasons. Of course, it's still gameplay reason at the end, but they actually put some thought into this. What? Let me see it when it's finished.
Of course. I guarantee you will be quite surprised at the result. Do come again soon, and bring me lots and lots of animo sigils next time. Please also visit if you come across any weird and wonderful treasures on your adventures.
Sharpening the axe won't hinder the work. Wagner, I see. Read all of that guy.
What?
Is this the only... Correct me if I'm wrong, but is this the only smith we ever talked to who actually has voiceovers? It can't be, right? No. I remember the Inazuma Smith had a voiceover of some kind because we got to interact with him during not Scaramouche, Kazuha's quest. So maybe he's like one of two smiths that we actually get to talk to and gets a no voiceover. I want to find a weapon for Paimon.
This is the first Paimon's heard about it. What, so you want Paimon on the front line now?
She's a tiny one, isn't she? They'd need to be purpose-built.
Wow, he does bespoke weaponry?
Of course. I sell weapons, make them to order, and do refinements. All in the job description for a blacksmith. All you need is the ore.
Do you sell it here?
No, Buy from someone else. You look confused.
Jeez, I forgot how much of a dipshit
Listen,
this guy was.
I'll tell you where the
Not a
nearest
dipshit, but
deposits
kind of
are.
dick.
Bring some back and I'll help you forge what you need.
Great, thanks.
No need. I have other things to do.
When was the last time you guys actually used this feature? Like, you talked to the smith,
Seems like a short-tempered guy.
and they told you where the
Is it
crystals
something
were.
we said?
Like 3 iron chunks. I used to use this feature all the time. I would actually go to Smith, and then he would tell us where the rocks spawned at, because they didn't always spawn at the same place every single day. They actually spawn at different places. So many of these features, now that I think about it, are aimed at early game players. There's barely any feature that is aimed at a late game player.
What do you want?
I've got the iron
Oh,
chunks.
yes. I'd forgotten about that. These are okay, I guess. Should be able to salvage something from them.
I like something made. Not really. I don't want anything made.
If you ever find ore in the future, you can always come and see me. Ideally when I'm not busy.
You seem to be in a bad mood.
A blacksmith's work takes focus and concentration. It does not take small talk with customers.
And then the guy behind him just walks by like, nope, not gonna do shit.
When the craft is good, business is good.
I used to have that
That's all
exact
there is
same
to this
stance
trade.
with my arms
And
held
anyone
like
who tells
that.
you different is
By
trying
the
to
way,
con you.
while I was at work. And then my coworker would tell me not to do that because they have cameras all over the place, and that my boss could see me doing that, and that it would be like bad posture and make him mad or something. And she was right. She was right.
If there's nothing else, I'll carry on with my work.
He's certainly committed to his work. Paimon will give him that. His temper isn't great, but leave it to him and he'll be able to forge what you need.
Any other quests? Nope. Adventure rank 9. Alright, I think that does it for today's stream. It was really fun. I really enjoyed getting to experience Genshin Impact again from the very beginning. I will definitely be doing more of this, although I don't know when. I'll probably be logging on every single day by myself just to collect some of the rewards. But I will definitely try to stream as much as possible as long as I get my videos out in time. I'm probably going to be splitting my time between videos and streams more evenly in the future. I'll be going on stream again today, later today, for the next patch for Honkai Star Rail. I want to do some posts for... Well, I say I want to do some posts for Jingliu. But realistically, I'm just going to post 3 or 4 times until I run out of Stellar Jades and probably not get her. So it is what it is. Anyways, this is Bench Gamer signing out. Thank you all for being here. Robert Macondo, Uradika, Gran Gaway, Rohit Pant, War Machine, Santiago Nova. Is there anybody else? Kaden Zazade. Thank you all for being here. This is Bench Gamer. I'm going to sleep, hopefully, and not just stay in bed and read manga for the next 5 hours. So, yeah, this is Bench Gamer signing out. Bye-bye, and see you guys later.